Hey there, I'm your brother from another mother, Evil Aniki, and today I'm joined by Kai. Kai, say hello to the people.
Hello, people. Is that
Uh,
my interest?
yeah, that's your intro. Shout out,
Okay.
Kai is, she does a bunch of vlogs as well and loot hauls from Anime Expo. You got some videos planned coming up?
Um, Coming up, I don't know about soon, but I have them planned
What did you get this year? Did you get anything good? You always have like really good loot hauls.
at Anime Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this will be my third time doing an Anime Expo haul, and I got a good amount of like prints and some clothes, but I would say compared to the last 2 years, I think I was safer with my
You're
money.
safer?
Yeah, the year this economy this year,
Definitely.
we gotta
I feel that. I feel that. I didn't even go to Artist Alley this year. I'm gonna be honest.
was smart.
Uh, I think in like 2022, I spent like $700 in Artist Alley, and then in 2023, I think I maybe spent $400, maybe $500 at the con total, and then last year I cut it down to maybe like 300 to 400, and this year I was on a like I was so cheap this year. I got through. I did all the freebies. That was my main thing this year was freebies.
I loved your freebies. That video was pretty cool.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of people really like that. I got stopped on Sunday. I got stopped a lot during the con. I think it was like 3 or 4 times a day. People would be like, "Hey, are you Aniki?" And like, I was
Oh,
just like, "Huh,
wow.
what?" Sometimes it would be in a line, and I would just be like completely like, "Huh, what?" And then sometimes it would be like I'm just like walking in the hall, and like someone stops me. A few asked for photos. They didn't post them, but it was interesting. Uh, I've had people stop me before at
Influencer.
cons, but this is like the first time it's happened so much at like a con for like because normally like it's like people will like follow you on Instagram and like because most of the people that we interact with are like cosplayers and stuff like that, and so it's like you're kind of in the same
Yeah,
community. But it
yeah,
was
we
it was
call
different to have like viewers who are kind of not in the community per se, just like come up to me and stop me. Uh, yeah, interesting. But what? So yeah, what'd you get? Did you get anything specific?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember. It's already been almost 2 weeks, and I'm like, I forgot about it. I bought some cute phone charms.
Okay.
I usually don't use phone charms. I feel like they get lost very easily, but because I collect pins and acrylic chains, and I have a
Hmm.
pin board, so I'll like just add it to that little collection
Oh
probably.
yeah.
But I think the what first comes to mind is the huh cat meme.
The Hall Cat?
The huh like HUH like huh cat. I'm sure you know.
Huh? Oh,
The
the
huh.
yeah, the huh cat. Yeah.
Yeah. That cat. I
Yeah,
love
yeah, yeah.
that. So I got a phone charm of that cat. Like
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
that's cute. Is it like 3D printed or is it like an acrylic?
It's an acrylic, like someone's art and like a little acrylic
Oh, that's
charm of
nice.
it.
I feel like the meme stuff always does really well, like in Artist
Yeah.
Alley. I used to get like a bunch of meme shirts before I started vlogging, and then now I just don't get them anymore because uh, honestly, having a bunch of like edgy meme shirts does not do well for videos.
Really?
Yeah, well, I
Is it
just don't
like
want
gay
like someone
friendly though?
like I just don't need a cat saying like he likes thick girls or something. That's it was like a weird like there's some
Why
weird
aren't you
memes.
wearing it right now?
Well, I'm wearing. I think I got this shirt at Anime Expo a couple. No, maybe I got this one. No, I got this one at Anime Expo. This is
Cute.
Julie Egg. She does a bunch of really good art. She's always an artist alley.
So nice.
Uh,
So
yeah, this is the one of the few white shirts I'll wear. I normally try to avoid white. Like, my go-to colors are yellow shirts, orange shirts, and black. I try not to wear white. I have so many white shirts and they just get ruined so fast. Uh,
yeah,
it's
same.
it's tough. It's so tough. Especially as a guy who sweats a lot and like is a very sloppy eater.
I feel you. I get food all over the place.
Um, but yeah, Artist Alley. So did you? Someone left a comment in one of my videos saying that there was a puddle in Artist Alley. Did you see a puddle at all?
I did not. So I went to Artist Alley on the last day
Okay.
to really like, you know, crunch through it.
Hmm.
And I didn't even finish because I was so overwhelmed.
It
There
was
was,
big. It was big.
yeah, that's the first time I've never fully snaked through Artist Alley because I like to just like complete everything and see everything.
Hmm.
I got maybe a third of the way through.
Oh
So maybe
wow.
the puddle was elsewhere or a different day.
Yeah, I mean it's that the map for Artist Alley really intimidated me this year. I looked at it and I was just like, even if I wanted to go down there with money,
It was a lot.
there was so many artists crammed into there. It just was it humid down there? Was it like really stuffy?
Well, the air was really good compared to the first time they had it down in the parking garage, which was like honestly like probably lethal.
Okay. Well, it was still in
Um,
the Kentia Hall, right? Like that's
yeah, like that underground
yeah.
area. I think it's isn't it a parking garage?
Yeah, Kentia. So whenever Anime Expo, whenever conventions aren't going on, I believe Kentia Hall is just open to the parking garage, and it's just more
Yeah.
parking.
Yeah. So like the first year they did that, which was maybe a few years ago, apparently they didn't really have air circulation.
Oh,
Carbon dioxide levels were really
yeah,
high. It was
yeah,
actually
yeah.
kind of like dangerous. So this year I was like, I actually noticed like, wow, the air in here is pretty good, and I feel it circulating,
I
and
wonder
there's a
if
lot of
they, I wonder
attendees.
if they
So
did something to that. I noticed that in the
hope so.
entertainment hall, the air was really good. Like in the
Yeah,
back where they had some of those like small shops, there was just like a giant like blast coming down, and I just went into
weird
it and I was just
puddle.
like, ah,
Yeah, the air I cannot complain about this year. It was pretty good.
okay, that's good. I'm glad they did something about that.
Yeah.
That's been that's honestly also one of the big reasons I don't want to go to Artist Alley because like every time I've gone down there, it's just like a total like humid
Spots
sweat fest. It's
everywhere.
like you're going into like a sauna
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. No, it was pretty good
And,
weather wise.
and I feel like that's like with most Artist Alleys too. Like I've gone to like other Artist Alleys at other conventions, and they always put Artist Alley in like the smallest room because it's usually there's usually less vendors for that, and it's always like a small humid room unless it's outdoors. But
Yeah.
it gets me so bad. But so what'd you do all 4 days? So you went to Artist Alley on the fourth day?
Yeah, so that was the last thing I did. So oh, sorry if you can hear my dog. Um, let's see. So AX started on Thursday this year. I did not go Thursday because that
Okay.
was a work day, and I'm trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
save my PTO. I also feel like if you've gone enough, um, you don't really need all 4 days. And I say
Hmm.
that about like other 4 day conventions like ALA, like 2 or 3 days is usually pretty good. But Anime Expo, I'd say 3 days is pretty solid because there's just so many events going on. Also,
Hmm.
even outside of the convention center itself, there's just lots of things to do. But I went Friday. Friday was my first day, and that was actual July 4th day holiday. um, I picked my, I guess, biggest cosplay that day. So that was going to be a day I dedicated to photo shoots. So as a cosplayer, I I kind of plan my conventions around that. So I'll have a day where obviously I want to show one of my best cosplays that I have going on for me right now. But the other
Hmm.
days I wanted to be very comfy so I could actually enjoy the convention. So I think Friday I didn't go inside at all.
Okay. Did you have
I
a 4 day pass or did you just get some 1 days?
I got a 4 day badge because I think a 4 day badge, at least when you buy it early, was $160. And if I
Yeah.
wanted to buy single day badges, buying 2 day badges was already almost the same price. So I think a 4 day badge is the way to go if you want to go 2 or more days. Just buy
I
it
I
early.
agree. What I see a lot of people doing, what I saw a lot of people doing this year is they split the badge. So it's like I want to go Thursday,
Oh,
Friday, and then they like just pass the badge off to their friend who wants to go inside the
oh yeah,
convention
that
on
is super
Saturday,
smart.
Sunday. But I could never do that. I could never. I spent so much time inside the convention that like I could just never give my badge away.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's your badge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, you're right. The prices have gone up so much for Anime Expo. I remember when I first started going to Anime Expo, I think in like 2015, 2014, somewhere around there was when I started going. Badges were like $60 for the full 4 days,
Yeah,
and now it's like it's crazy. They're almost like what three
triple.
times? Yeah, 3 times the price. It's crazy, and I don't feel like all the other cons are like up there. I think it's just Anime Expo, but they do take up a lot of space, and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Definitely with how they've started closing down the roads and they're actually hiring out like staff instead
Hmm.
of just relying on volunteers. I feel like
Hmm.
I heard someone say there were less volunteers and they might start phasing out
That's
sections of the convention
that's what it felt like
volunteers.
to me too. It felt like there was like less volunteers and it was more security. I felt like there was more security. I think they were worried
Yeah.
about security, so maybe they wanted more security.
which is very fair. I mean, downtown LA is one, like, a sketchy area.
Hmm.
Two, like, it's an event with thousands of people. Like, it's kind of scary if something were to... Speaking of Friday, a potential scary thing happened. Do you remember?
Was that the mysterious package?
I don't know if there was a package, but that a dog sniffed out a bomb threat. Was it a
Yeah, yeah,
package?
it was a package. It was someone left an
Okay.
unattended bag or box or something,
Oh,
and I guess a dog declared it. I didn't even know there was a dog, but there was
I
dogs
hope
there.
not.
I did see sniffing dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually right there when that happened. I was trying to go get lunch. I was like walking to go to the beer garden area, and they
Hmm.
like the security just like
You're
stops
like,
like
shit.
everyone and just like like turn the fences in, and
Yeah.
everyone was just like, "What's going on? What is it?" And they weren't saying anything, and then I had to walk all the way around the crypto arena for nothing.
Oh no. Yeah. So I had I had arrived kind of late because the cosplay I chose
Hmm.
today for my biggest cosplay that weekend took me like 4 hours to get into.
Oh my goodness.
When I arrived, that was right when they, I think, closed it. So I was like, "Where's everybody going?" And I had a shoot planned at that time, and I was like, "No, like this is
Oh.
like the one place where at least if you're a cosplayer and you are familiar with Anime Expo and the community, the local community, that's where we all kind of congregate and like hang out, and take photos and like meet your friends.
Hmm. Yeah, the horseshoe.
Um, yeah, horseshoe area. I used to call it Clout Garden or something.
Clout garden.
Yeah, Clout Garden or like the jungle area. That's what I used to call
I
it.
no no I'm calling it Clout Garden from now on. I love that. That's hilarious.
I was like, "Where is this horseshoe?" And then I saw it. I was like, "Okay, that makes sense." But
Oh
yeah,
man.
shortly, I think it was closed for maybe an hour. And
Yeah.
then I actually went inside for a little bit and
Okay.
then went outside. But
Okay.
for the most part, was outside that day.
Well, did you have to walk around the arena or did you?
The way I came was I could still enter.
Okay.
No, actually,
Well, you'd have to double back or you'd have to like
yeah,
go
I had
around.
to go back. I had to go
Yeah.
back, and I entered through where the, is it where the beer garden is, or where the beer garden used to be? Because they moved the beer garden.
You no, you well, so did you come
Upstairs.
in from the like the front of crypto or did you come in from behind crypto?
It
Where all
came
the
in from the
statues.
back. Yeah,
Okay, so
from
then you had to go in. That was that a beer garden? Oh, that was no, that was
no, it used
that
to
was the
be
Ichiban Market.
the
That
new, yeah, the new Ichiban Market where LA Live is now. Isn't that LA Live?
Yeah, well, that's where they moved it, but that spot right there
Yeah.
used to be the Ichiban Market, and then the beer garden was
Okay.
on the other side, and this year they just had some food trucks over where the beer garden used to be.
Yeah, so that's where I entered from.
Okay, that's a
I
good
was like,
spot. It was rough going in through the front. Like there was always a line at the crypto arena entrance, like every single
Mhm.
day. It was rough getting in. So what was your cosplay lineup? What were you doing?
Yeah, so I did a lot of like rewears, but of characters I've done, but different versions of them. So Friday I did Albedo from Overlord, but I did the bunny suit version
Okay,
for the freeing one
and
fourth
that's the one I
scale.
caught you in. That's the one I saw you in. But
Yeah.
and then the other two?
Oh, and then Saturday I wore Mount Lady from My Hero Academia
Hmm.
in a UA cheer uniform, which I bought off of you. Thank you. It was super cute. I had my husband cosplay with me that day. I actually wasn't planning on him cosplaying with me, but he seemed excited
It
to.
looked
And we
good.
were, yeah, thank you. He was excited. He wore a basketball jersey, and he was like, "Wow, people are complimenting me." I was like, "I made this," or he made this, yeah. So it's cool. And then Sunday, I was even more comfortable because I just wore a red dress and I was Penny from Penny and Stocking.
Oh, did you go to the
Yeah,
premiere?
I did not. I didn't do any premieres or panels. I
Have
was
you
very not planned this year. Usually, I like to make an itinerary like you, but not as intense.
did you have
um,
you watched the new series yet? I think the first two episodes are out already.
I have not. I also want to give it some time, just to at least binge maybe at least
Mm,
3 or 4 episodes. Um, but yeah, I I really wanted to. at least try that for well, I think I gave up on even trying for that premiere. I feel like it was going to be really hard to get into. Did you go?
No, no, I don't. I think there might have been room, but the line for it was
Really?
crazy. I was actually in the AX Crossing area outside of the Peacock Theater when that line was going in, and that line took like 30 minutes to an hour to get in that building, and I was just like sitting there exhausted, just like
Oh
I think
no.
that was the night I went to like go get. I had to spend $10 on a soda in the beer garden.
You were over it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think there was fireworks going off too. People were launching fireworks off those condos across the street.
Oh my gosh, sounds illegal.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's LA, so
Um, that's cool though. You made for the sports out because you guys did like a sports day theme. I've been talking to a friend who's been wanting to like make his own like small anime event, and we want to like I've been sort of talking about it too, but like he was thinking like anime sports themed convention would be really cool for like summer. Uh,
ooh, yeah, that's super specific. But I feel like that's what we need in LA now because there's like too many events. I like when they're more specific.
Yeah, I agree. I think it just gives more character to like cuz like if you have like a specific type of an event like if it's like a beach shoot or
Mhm.
you're doing like a group thing uh or if it's like a specific type of I don't know. I care more about the venues when I go to events now
Oh, for sure.
when like I'll always go to Anime Los Angeles and Anime Expo, but like I'm really tired of going to the LA Convention Center.
That's fair. You probably go to way more conventions and events than me.
I
That's
see
almost fair.
it's crazy like how much the center is different not during Anime Expo. They there's like a bunch of benches and stuff that they just hide during Anime Expo because they don't want people ruining them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Uh
Like, 'cause they don't want people sitting or
yeah, in that hallway that goes between the halls, there's usually a bunch of benches in there, and they hide them during Anime Expo because they don't want people sitting in the hallway.
yeah, I
Um,
guess like with the crowd, it's a fire hazard. So
yeah, but that's cool. So what did you? So you went to Artist Alley and you were cosplaying. Did you did you go to like the exhibit hall? Did you see any cool
yeah,
booths? I
yeah.
really
So
liked the Crunchyroll booth. That was really
oh
cool
my
this year.
gosh, yeah. So Friday was cosplay day. Saturday was part one of roaming the hall. So we did exhibit hall and entertainment
Hmm.
hall that day, and then Arts Alley was Sunday. So exhibit hall was very just industry. Like no more like small business clothing. I think they moved them to entertainment hall.
Well, I think there was a
Um,
few small businesses on the side, but like
yeah, like a little bit, but they were still very like
kind of
not
corporate.
selling their own art. Yes, like they're selling like manga, like not their
Hmm.
original art or manga. And I was like, whoa, they put a lot of money into these booths. Someone said it was similar to like how Comic Con runs their like
Hmm.
industry type of booths, which I've never been to a Comic Con, but I was just so taken aback because I was like, one, like it looks cool. I feel like I'm at Universal Studios or something. But I was like, also, what is the point? Like, putting all the money in the booth. Like
Hmm.
Crunchyroll was huge. It was interactive. Parts of it were interactive. They had
Hmm.
so many screens and they had high things hanging out. I think they took up the equivalent of like four booths.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cool. And then they're gonna like, I don't know, take it down, throw a lot of it away. I think it's like the
Well,
wastefulness
they
might
they don't they don't throw it away. They'll probably end up taking that to San Diego
that might
Comic
be
Con.
fun.
Um,
Okay, okay. Yeah, other conventions. Yeah.
and it's crazy. So this is the one thing that gets me about conventions is at the same time as Anime Expo, there was like a big anime event in like I think it was like in France, and I
Oh.
think there was and there was also a big anime event in Japan at the same time. And but the one in France is more like Anime Expo, and a lot of like the big like manga publishers and like anime companies were also at the convention in France, and it was just really weird to see, uh, like on social media, like see like an alternate reality of like the convent of Anime Expo in like France, where the booth is just slightly different and
Mm.
everyone is French. or something. You know, like it's weird.
Like not speaking English.
Well, it was just like it's like it looks very identical to like because like all the branding is the same, right? Like Crunchyroll has very
Yeah,
iconic branding now.
yeah,
They
yeah.
rebranded like a year ago. Well, not I shouldn't say fully rebranded, but they have like a new like stylization, and it's just very interesting to see. Just like how other like they're implementing their booths around different conventions around the world at the same time. But yeah, they'll probably use a lot of that over again at other
Yeah, that makes
events, and then they'll probably I don't know what they'll do with most of it. I would imagine a lot of it gets trashed. A lot of the times, the actual booth construction is like contracted out to like a third party company.
that makes
So
sense. A lot of work.
yeah, there's a lot of third party companies that specialize in booth construction or like pop up events, uh, which is which are getting bigger and bigger. I think pop up events are going to be taken over soon. So
Oh, for sure.
did you go to the entertainment hall? Did you check out anything over there?
Yeah, that one was way more interactive. I didn't do
Hmm.
like any of the interactive stuff. It was fun like watching people do it though. Like there was the punching bag one.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I didn't try the
Oh,
punching bag one. But I heard if
that
you
was
did that, you got a card or something.
oh yeah, I don't know what the prizes were.
I think you got
But
like a hunter card, like a.
oh, was it Hunter themed?
No, it was One Punch Man. So, but it was like a
Oh, one
there.
punch. Okay.
I think you got like a One Punch Man card with your like it was like a photo
Oh,
booth thing. Maybe I think that's what it was. I don't remember. They were also giving out One Punch Man foam fists, and they said they were going to be doing it all during the con, and they only did it one day, and I didn't bother to go get it. I think they only did it one day, or they only had it at
okay.
specific times. So a lot of the freebie stuff, it's hard to find because they like the people at the booth don't even know when they're doing it because they were hired like
Gosh,
2 days
like
prior.
last minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for the panty stocking fan, like, and I asked like four different people, and they were telling me different places. Eventually, I
Oh.
asked some girl, I was like, "Hey, where'd you get that?" She's like, "Do you want it?" And I was like,
Oh.
"Sure." I was so happy. It's just a paper fan, but she's like, "Yeah, I have two. You can have this one." And I was like,
Oh my
I was so
goodness.
happy.
I when I got that just by walking into the hall. There was just a woman
Yeah,
standing out front, just handing them out. She had like I think a bag or a box of them, and she was just giving them out.
that's what I
Um,
heard. I was looking for her.
yeah, there was some good panty and stocking freebies this year. I got the fan, I got two cards,
I saw the cards. That was nice.
and then I got a third card, but it's not the same kind of card. It's a laminated badge card.
Oh, like you attach to your badge. Like I've seen
Yeah,
people add cards to their badge. Yeah.
yeah. There was a booth that had a whole bunch of them, and they had like all the new animes that were coming up, but they had panty and stocking, and I grabbed panty and stocking from that. And so it's like a kind of like more of a squarish card, laminated. I think it's just the panty and stocking poster art.
Yeah,
But
I saw
that was a good find.
yeah, I saw they had cosplayers and they were so cute. I wanted to see them, but again, I was really bad at my timing
Aw.
and itinerary this year. There was a lot going
Hmm.
on
Yeah,
beforehand.
I only saw them on Sunday, and I only went twice.
Oh,
I
nice.
wish I had gone more so I could have gotten all the cards.
Oh, so you could do it any other day, then they would give you a card?
Yeah, so the cosplayers, I only went on Sunday, and they only had 3 meet and greets on Sunday.
Hmm.
So I only got two of the cards, so I only went twice. But I think on the other days they were there like 4 or 5 times per
Oh, yeah.
day, and they were just like chilling inside the booth. They were just like chilling in there, and then they just walk them out every like hour.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
They should hire me.
yeah,
I love to chill
there's
at a
so
booth.
there's so many like booths that there was a lot of like
Hire
cosplayer
cosplayers.
booth girls this year, or
Yeah.
booth people. I not as many guys do it, but there was probably a few guys. I think there was a few guys at the Nikkei booth,
Mm-hmm.
but like girls frontline had like 6 girls. Azerlane had like 6 girls.
Hoyoverse had their own area,
Hmm.
and I saw what I could see immediately was like Zenless Zone Zero, and they had a
Hmm.
cute like TV backdrop and like two
Yeah.
cosplayers up there. It was so cool.
Yeah, I remember. I feel like it was like I feel like that's like a complete reversal. This is gonna sound crazy. I feel like I vaguely remember like Anime Expo maybe banning booth girls or boot like cosplay, you know, because they're
Oh,
basically like cosplayers who are at a booth. They're basically like a glorified booth girl to like lure
Yeah,
in people. But like,
marketing, blaring.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of there's probably a better term for it, but that's just what I noted. But I feel like they banned that back in like 2017.
I didn't know that.
And it's kind of like a reversal because gotcha games have gotten so popular
Oh
that I
yeah,
think it's just sort of expected now, uh, that it's like a thing. But then they also like designate their booth to be like completely that. It's different. Like so, I've gone to a few car shows where they have like big meet and greets with like cosplayers or models or whatever. And if it's not like a specific meet and greet location that's built for them, the line will just clog up the aisle. And I think that's what Anime Expo or
yeah.
I swear it was a thing. I don't know if it was a thing or not. I vaguely remember. Uh, I do think most conventions aren't really like fond of people clogging up hallways and stuff like that in general. Um,
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But I don't know about the banning thing. That's interesting.
I don't think it was ever an official ban. I think they were just mad because
Like
uh,
hallway space and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But I think it was also more of like a thing for. I want to say maybe it was a thing for like Artist Alley. Like maybe people were like told they couldn't do it for
Oh,
Artist
that makes
Alley
sense.
or something. I don't know. I don't know.
That place is super regulated. Like
Yeah.
they're measuring everything, the height, the width of your table.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Have you ever helped out anyone in Artist Alley before or done anything like that? Sold at a convention?
No, I have not, but I love Artist Alley. If it isn't obvious from my anime expo halls and other anime convention halls, but I follow a lot of artists on Instagram, and so I'll see on their stories their like struggles. And more recently, I found that some of them actually do Artist Alley vlogs on YouTube.
Hmm.
So I like watching their vlogs, even though I have nothing in common with them about being an artist
Hmm.
and like vending. But it's really cool to see, like I don't know, the behind the scenes of what that's like. So
You should definitely do some Artist Alley vlogs. I've tried doing Artist Alley vlogs. They do really well. I'm not gonna lie. People really like Artist Alley vlogs. Uh,
mhm.
but some conventions don't like people filming in an Artist Alley.
Yeah, they had a sign this year that was like, "Don't take photos or videos unless you ask like for
Hmm.
permission by the artist." So I tried because I'm trying to vlog, and it'll probably come out months from now. At my pace, but um, I sometimes have a hard time like remembering which artist I bought something from, and I try to like keep the business card together, but they separate sometimes. So this year I tried vlogging at least the booths that I bought things from,
Hmm.
but it's just I don't know. I'm still figuring out my vlogging style, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm sure it'll be good. You've been improving so much with your
Oh, thank
vlogs.
you.
But
You've
and
been
I
so
also I
helpful.
also wouldn't worry so much about like posting closer to a convention like as soon as it ends is good. But you could just do talking videos. I'm gonna be honest. You Why even do vlogs when when people watch like just me talking at camera more than my actual vlogs? It just makes me not want to vlog and just talk about the convention instead because it's so much more easier. But I still have videos I want to post from Anime Los Angeles this year. Like
Oh
there's
wow.
yeah, there's because there's at least 3 or 4 that I haven't posted that I really should be posting. And it's just like I need to find time to edit them because like I filmed so many cosplayers at Anime Los Angeles. I have like a full montage, like a 20-minute montage of
That's a lot.
cosplayers who are not from any of the meetups. So they're just like random cosplayers I saw at the event. It's so much. So that's one of the big things that I thought was different. That's like super different with Anime Expo and Anime Los Angeles is there's a lot of cosplayers at Anime Los Angeles, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot easier to get photos and videos of people there because it's sort of like
Just outside.
it's outside, but it's also like a straight line to where all the
Yeah,
cosplayers are. But at
yeah.
Anime Expo, like getting to the cosplay meetups, it's such a maze. Oh my goodness.
It's
I
definitely not linear like Long Beach.
Yeah, like this year I went to have you been to the cosplay meetup sites at all like previously?
No, at Anime Expo I haven't. And I actually haven't really done cosplay meetups. I do want to try. I tried one at ALA once, and it
Hmm.
was like, I don't know, I was underwhelmed.
Yeah, sometimes they can be small, sometimes they can be poorly run. Usually like Nikkei is usually really big, or like if it's like a popular anime, it'll usually do well. But what man, I went my last of thing I did at Anime Expo is I went to a Zenless Zone Zero cosplay meetup, and it was at Site 7 from like 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And
Mm.
Site 7 is the one that's like outside the convention center, straight to the right, and near like their parking garage corner, where the 7-Eleven is. You know.
Oh, that's like the other
Mm-hmm.
way. Like,
It's literally like a mile to get to that cosplay meetup zone.
oh my
Because you have to
gosh.
walk all the way around the entrance line and get around a fence, and then you can get in there. And it was such a pain. It took me literally. It was probably like the farthest out meetup spot of the like. It's also one of the biggest, but it's also just like man, this is such a
Why?
tough location to get to.
Yeah.
Probably easier if you're coming from the parking lot, but if you're coming from inside the convention, it is a pain. Uh, well,
Yeah,
that's
they're
cool.
like
That's
all
cool.
over the place. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I also think uh, for all the days of Anime Expo ends at like 4 p.m. on Sunday,
I
and
thought
I
it was like
think I
great.
th- yeah, it's well, I think they start kicking people out at 3, but like I think the
Mhm.
doors close at 4, and then like the outdoor
Oh.
events will end at like 4 as well. I think the maybe the marketplace stuff was going like the AX Crossing was probably still going on for a little bit. But
Mm.
I think that's different than like all the other conventions because I think like ALA is open later than that on Sunday on their last day, and
I
definitely
think,
all the 2 day cons like Anime in Pasadena and Anime Impulse are usually open later on Sundays as well. And
yeah, like almost like,
I just think it's just kind of different that like Anime Expo because Anime Expo bills itself as like a 4 day con, but it's more like 3.5 days if we're being honest.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Um, yeah,
And I feel like Day Zero used to be more talked about, and there would be more, I guess, unofficial things on Day Zero. But I think
mm-hmm,
it's because, like, that was before they would mail out badges.
mm-hmm.
And so people would actually come to the convention Day Zero to pick up their badges, and there would be things to do, I think. Does that sound familiar? Or am
No,
I
no,
making.
that makes a lot of sense. So it's interesting. So I think that's one thing that's changed a lot with Anime Expo is pre 2020 Anime Expo. I think it was maybe in 2018 or 2019. They actually implemented Day Zero to be an official day of the convention, and I think they had
Oh,
panels as well,
oh, wow.
or at least events going on,
Uh-huh.
and because they build the event as a 5 day event. Um,
Interesting.
and yeah, yeah. So it was like you get like I think maybe they had like some parties going on Day Zero,
That makes
and
sense.
like did you go to any parties this year by the way?
I did.
What'd you
um,
do? Which one did you go to one of the paid ones? Is
no,
because
I didn't.
which one did you go to?
Oh wait, I did.
No.
Sorry. Excuse me. My throat is still raspy. I actually like lost my voice a little bit
Oh
like
no.
the Monday after Anime Expo, and I don't think I was doing much except probably just yapping with all my friends. But that was a week ago, so now I'm like, it's kind of embarrassing. I think it's raspy because I started watching how to scream videos like school
What? What? Are you
because
practicing screaming?
I just be side questing. But because Rumbling came on my playlist, and I was just like, what if I learned how to scream? Anyway, side tangent. But yeah. So Thursday night was day one. I didn't go to the convention during the day, but I went to the Weston after party, which
Okay.
there's been a whole
Oh
fiasco with
yeah.
them coming back and stuff.
So
Um,
there was a party for the West, and I thought it was like completely shut down.
so Thursday night, my friends had already got there because some of them stayed at the Westin for the Westin after party.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who don't know, the Westin after party is kind of low key. They don't really advertise it, but I think it's gotten so well known and big. But the Westin Hotel is maybe a mile or two away. You can take a shuttle there. And on the fourth floor is their like pool deck area. So there's like a nice big grassy area and the pool. And usually people would just set up DJ setups and their lights and stuff and just play music. People would come, bring their own drinks. People started bringing their own little bar setups and selling drinks, which
Okay.
doesn't sound very legal to me. But also, what is concerning is that it's really unregulated because it's free. You just show up to the Westin
Mm-hmm.
and go to the fourth floor and hang out. So I'm sure I don't know of any, but I'm sure because I'm old now, but I'm sure there were minors, and I'm sure there was
Mm,
unregulated alcohol drinking. I don't know
mhm.
if you're
Well,
able to
I
like
guarantee,
talk about
especially
this,
parties like
but
that start off as more of like a kickback and then like turn
yeah,
into like a party. You know, I don't know. I did see stuff online that they're trying to like raise money or like to make it an
yeah,
official party. I'm curious to see
yeah.
how that'll go. You know,
Hmm.
I haven't really looked into how much they've raised yet, but I bet as next year gets closer, it'll probably get a lot more money. Uh,
Yeah, so I have an idea, or like I kind of heard about this at the end of that party. So,
so Thursday
I guess
was like it was like still fully on. Like that party was
no, it
okay.
wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. So when I got
Oh,
there, apparently they told the DJs they couldn't set up, so there was no music, but they said
oh,
we could hang out there. So it was very kickbacky, but no DJ setups because of noise complaints or something. Ultimately, people said it wasn't sanctioned, so they just weren't allowed to use it as a party place.
okay.
Um, but we were able to set up the poll anyway. So, oh yeah, part of my intro is that I am a cosplayer, but also a pole dancer. And so, my friend Sahara and I have a duo page where we also do panty and stocking and other famous duos, and we pole dance. So we've done this at ALA and
Hmm.
Fanime, where we've set up the pole and had no issues. We were just having fun.
Yeah, Fanime is the one
And
with the park, right? That's the
oh,
park con.
ParkCon, yeah, that one also got shut down on Saturday, but
Really?
for
Okay.
other reasons. Like
I
they
need
didn't even.
that con's on my to-do list. I haven't gone to
You
Fanime
have
yet.
to go.
I want to go. I want to go to that one, and then what's the other one? Sac Anime is one other one I haven't gone to. I
Yeah,
want to
I've
check
heard
that
of
one out
that
as
one
well.
too. Yeah, that was my first anime a few months ago. It was super fun.
Oh,
ParkCon was fun, but I think like this is the year that people are shutting down the things I actually want to start trying to do, like ParkCon
yeah.
in the Westin or bringing the pole to the Westin. But essentially, they kicked us out around 1 a.m. and I had no idea what was going on. But I found out that the cops had come because of some restraining order
Okay.
um,
Yeah,
call.
I heard about that. I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why the cops came. But in general, there were two people claiming to be hosts, and one was dressed as a Viking, I guess. And on that GoFundMe, I'm assuming it's the guy claiming to be called Odin, and then
Okay.
there's another second person.
Was he the
I
one
don't
dressed
know.
as a Viking?
Yeah, I can't confirm because I don't remember his name from that night. But he was super nice. He's like,
Okay.
yeah, it was great having you guys
So
here.
this party so you were just there chilling until 1 and then they kicked you out?
Yeah, I'm assuming because that's when the cops came.
Oh.
But they also like don't. I don't know if they don't really like people being there because there's always trash
Mhm.
afterwards. Luckily, it wasn't that trash because it wasn't as big. It was day one and there was no music.
Mhm.
But everyone congregated in the lobby, so I feel like that's worse for the Westin and its hotel
Yeah,
guests.
probably.
Like I wouldn't like that. I would prefer the people outside. Like,
Yeah. What
um,
so that was Thursday. Did you go to any other parties? Like
yeah.
I normally avoid all of the parties. I went to a YouTuber party this year and uh
Oh yeah.
it was pretty boring. It was I'm going to be honest,
Oh
it was like
really?
it was fun, but it was not like it wasn't like a party.
Wasn't like instance.
It was
No.
more like a meet and greet
Hmm.
for like industry to like YouTubers or something. But they did have free drinks. I don't really drink, so that's like that's my thing with like I don't really drink because it's not so like going to parties doesn't really do much for me. So it's
Yeah.
uh, and
I
also
don't.
I don't like filming in the dark.
Oh, that's fair. It is dark. Yeah. I don't drink as much anymore either. And now I'm friends with people who just like don't drink at all. So it kind of just I don't drink that much anymore. But yeah, Friday night was when we were hoping to do the Westin again, even if
Hmm.
there was no DJs, because it was so fun the night before. But yeah, it sounded like oh they had a sign. They had a sign at the Westin that said the pool deck
Yeah.
is closed at 10 p.m. So people hung out there, but everything was closed and empty by 10 p.m. So we didn't even bother. We ended up going to Annie Rave. We were like
Okay.
looking where to go. It's one of there's a spreadsheet on Reddit apparently like of
Oh
all
really?
the after parties. Yeah. And there were so many I didn't even know of, like a Baldur's Gate one.
I think I heard of that one. That's crazy. I looked up a bunch of like the after parties. I have heard there's a person who does a list of all the freebies and all of the exclusives, and then there's a
Okay.
person who does there is a list of all the stamp rallies in Artist Alley as well.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And
These are
then
the
and
backbone
then
of
I
our
have heard of
community.
the after party list as well. But sometimes these lists they come out so late that I just don't have time to like make a video and react to them that
Yeah.
I didn't, and honestly, I wasn't planning to go to any after parties anyway, so I didn't. It probably wasn't on my radar. But I did look at a bunch of the after parties. I think Annie Rave has happened for a few years now. But
Yeah,
how
I've
was
heard
it?
of
Was it like were you able to bring pole or did you just
No,
party?
we just partied. It was a warehouse. I think a lot of them are warehouse parties, but
Hmm.
oh my god, this particular warehouse, I think I started vlogging, but like once we were outside, it smelled so bad.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, it's downtown LA,
Yeah.
and like Skid Row's probably not that far away. There's no bathrooms for the homeless. So like it smelled like shit. And then once you moved up the line, it smelled like stale urine. And then once we were at the front, it smelled like vomit. So I was like, wow, all the bodily fluid.
Yeah.
But
Honestly,
winter is
I
fine.
think
It's
I think
fine.
all of the outside of the LA Convention Center should get a pressure washing the week before Anime Expo.
That would be so nice. I'm sure they have the money for it now with these
Yeah.
200 badges. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so it
So
was really
that
fun.
was your second party. Did you go
That
to a
was
party on Saturday?
Saturday night. Where did we go? We did. We didn't know where to go because I feel like we had plans and then it fell through. And we ended up going to one at Warehouse 99, which apparently is a venue that has a pole in it.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a poll. The night before was Hentai Rave apparently. So the day that we went was
Hmm.
Saturday night, and it was called "Do You Love Me?" But I heard of that one last minute. I hadn't heard of that one, and it wasn't the same group, I don't think, and it didn't seem anime themed. I think they just put Anime Expo on their flyer because it was that weekend. But
Yeah.
once we got there, I mean, I don't want to like shame people for their passion in music, but like it wasn't they weren't DJ sets. Once we got there, there was a underground rapper dude. He wasn't
Hmm.
bad, but
Well,
it's like I don't know your songs. It was all live performances.
I'm not totally against that to be honest. I've gone to the only real after party I've gone to is the Anime Pasadena after party, and they always
Mm,
get like an emo cover band or it's like
I love that.
or it's some of like the bands you see here where it's like Isekai Stage
Yeah, I love them.
or
Yeah.
like the new girlfriend or whatever they're called. Uh, but I'm not against like normal bands playing at like anime events. I do think like if you don't have any anime music playing for something that's listed as an anime event, it's a bit weird. And
Exactly.
uh,
I was like,
yeah,
what? Yeah, you should have seen the look on my husband's face once we got there because, well, one, he's not super into anime as much as me. But I
were you
mean,
guys were you both cosplaying on Saturday?
he was not, but Sahara and I were cosplaying Saturday night. So we
And
cosplayed together each of the nights
okay,
for our after party looks. So
did you
the
have
first
different after party uh, outfits?
Yeah, after
Oh,
Anime Expo, I had to comb out like 6 wigs because I was just cosplaying so much. Yeah, the first after party at the West End, we were panty and stocking,
okay.
and then the second night at the stinky warehouse at Annie Rave was we were bleach characters. So she was Yoruichi and I was Nell.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And I do want to make a soy fawn someday to match her Yoruichi. I think it'd
Mm.
be super cute. But I didn't have time.
It's
And
tough.
then,
It's tough.
yeah, there was just a lot of not enough time
Well, I mean,
happening
you're
in
already
between.
talking about your fifth cosplay for Anime Expo.
Yeah, so the last evening was A2 and 2B from Near.
Oh, I don't
So
think I saw any photos of that one. Did it?
it was very non-existent. I think we posted just a video just now, and then photos probably yesterday of
Okay.
some guy that happened to be there and took photos and sent it to us.
Oh.
But yeah, not many photos of the evenings.
Hmm.
But yeah, there was a poll there. It was fun. After the underground rapper was this screamo dude.
Is that why
Also,
you saw the screamo dude and you're like, now I need to get into screaming?
uh, didn't even make that connection. Maybe he influenced me, but yeah. But it was also original songs, so we just didn't know, and like I don't know, the vibes were just not anime vibes.
Was anyone else cosplaying, or was it just like normal people?
There were a lot of normal people, but there were a few cosplayers. But it wasn't as packed as the day before, which I think was a hentai rave,
Mm-hmm.
according to my friend who went both days. Um, so yeah, but now I know 99 Warehouse or Warehouse 99 is a venue with a pole. So maybe next year when they send out that list of after parties, I'll keep an eye out for that one.
And check out their hentai rave, or if they do an anime themed
Yeah,
one. Okay, that seems
yeah,
cool. That's cool. Okay, yeah, that seems like a good lineup. I
six cosplays.
I think I left the convention center probably around like 9:30 every day, besides
Very
Sunday, where everyone left at 4 or whatever.
good. Hmm.
But I was so tired. I mean, I got there at like 8:30 every day too, so I was there for a long
Oh
time.
my goodness, 8:30. That's 12-hour day.
Yeah, yeah, it was brutal. It was very
Lots of
brutal.
walking.
I
Yeah.
felt like, so honestly, I got super overwhelmed on Friday. Uh, I went to the Nikkei meetup, which was right before the bomb incident thing,
Oh my goodness.
and
Yeah.
I the because so the Horseshoe Clout Garden area, they had actually blocked that whole area off. Like where I
Mhm.
met you on that day, they had actually blocked that
Oh,
area off, and no one was
yeah,
able to
that
get
was
in there.
another thing. Another thing. Yeah, that was shitty about
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
after that incident, people just opened it up, and I think it was meant to be open from the beginning. And maybe just Anime Expo staff just, or maybe security was on one, or AX just
I think
didn't
it was
think
about
about
to be
it or something.
closed.
But
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
like that caused the Nikkei meetup to be like cramped into like the walkway area, and it was
Yeah.
just sensory overload, and it was too many people, and it was like it was, I think it was at like noon or 1, and it was just so hot, and I was getting heat exhaustion. I was able to film like maybe like for 20 to 30 minutes of that meetup, and I had to go sit off in a corner and just like relax because it was like I was like, man, it was bad. It was bad. I don't get heat exhaustion that often, but it was really bad right there. Just it was so,
Yeah.
because I was like trying to, like, there was maybe more like more photographers and cosplayers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so it was just like it's tough when like I'm sitting there with my
Like
GoPro, and it's like
gear.
every time they swap out for a big meet like Nikkei, it's like I'm like, okay, the all the cosplayers are swapping out, and then they swap out, but then like they can't really like leave, so they just sort of make their way into the crowd with all the photographers, and like some of them would stand in front of me, and it's just ruining my shot, and so I was just like, man, I can't. This isn't even good content. I just have to go sit off to the side and like maybe get some solos with people after a minute or two, which is what I
Yeah.
did. I was dead, and I was really, man. I really wish that spot was opened up properly for the meetup.
For everybody.
Yeah, because if I was suffering, I guarantee you other people were suffering way more than me because it was pretty brutal.
Yeah,
Uh,
that walkway is also just starting to get cramped in general because
mhm,
they closed off that horseshoe area. And I think they like usually there's a ramp and stairs, and I think one of the days I saw that they closed off the stairs so you could only go on the ramp,
mhm, mhm.
which bottlenecked the crowd even more. So I don't know.
This is gonna be controversial. I think they had like the whole horseshoe area was really obnoxious for me because you had to leave the convention. So if you wanted to go to the Peacock Theater, you had to leave the convention, and then you had to walk around the crypto arena, and then you had to scan back in at the front of, or at the back of that like AX Crossing crypto Peacock Theater entrance, and it was just
Mhm.
like the Horseshoe Arena, Horseshoe Clout Garden area. Maybe I totally am on board with people ghosting conventions, but maybe it could have been the inside of the convention center as well. Like it could have been part of like the scannable, because that would have saved me. So it took me. I went from the Peacock Theater to the entertainment hall, and it took me nearly 45 minutes to walk from one to the other
Oh my gosh,
on day one on Thursday. And
this
it
is
was
some traffic.
yeah, and it was just because there was so many people doing the same exact thing I was doing.
Yeah,
Because every time a Peacock Theater show would end, all 7,000 people that were gathered in there would leave and try and make their way back into the convention center. And maybe they just need to extend further down on Chikern Street so that way it can connect with the entrance over there,
that'd be
or
fun.
just some other way so that way you don't have to leave the convention. Like that was my biggest gripe was like I
The
think
rebadging.
yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, the badge entry was slow this year. I
Oh,
don't know.
really?
I don't know if you noticed, but when you tap, so this year I think all the tapping machines, they weren't instant. Last year they were instant.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, they would take a while. I'll be like
Mm-hmm.
walking, I'm like still looking if it lit up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with that, and they were clearly broken or something. Something was off with them. Uh, I was it was kind of annoying. And then if did you go did you go to the beer garden at all?
I did to meet up with some coworkers. So I started a little like anime club at work.
Aw.
And so they one of them, it was their first time, so we all met up and we do like an annual picture, and he
Aw.
was telling me how he only bought a 1 day badge for Saturday, so he was speed running the event like 8 in the morning like you
Yeah,
till, so when I met up with him at the beer garden it was like maybe 5 p.m. and he was just dead.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah, but he loved it, so he was trying to make the most of his Saturday, and I was like, Saturday is like the best and worst day. Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't stay long there. Yeah.
But it was nice. I chilled. I think on Saturday I was able to get one of the couches for a while, and I just chilled on one of those
Yeah.
couches for a while. Those couches were nice. I will say the beer garden. Every year I've ever gone to Anime Expo and they've had the beer garden has always been packed. And this is the first year I've actually been able to get in the beer garden and not
Actually, yeah,
be completely cramped.
that is true. Yeah.
And also it wasn't like because normally the beer garden's on the on the Pico Boulevard side of the convention center,
Yeah, it's on the side where like the AX dance
and there's like
was.
no shade there, and it's just really hot.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, there's no
this year the beer garden had a bunch of shade, but it was also
sort of
kind of
thing.
blocked over by like the buildings around it, so it just was like
Mhm.
not as crazy
I
hot.
love that. We're taking over LA Live. That's
I,
LA Live, right? That
yeah,
area?
yeah, that whole area is LA. Did you go to the JW Marriott area by the way?
I passed by it, but not really. I didn't really do anything
So
over.
so the street that goes to the JW, part of that was closed off as well.
Oh, wow, we're
Yeah.
taking over a
Yeah,
lot.
so there was like a good like couple blocks that Anime Expo just completely took over the streets and like people were just able to walk down the middle of the street, which was really nice.
That's
Uh,
pretty fun. I kind of like the idea that we're closing down streets and
mhm,
like having more space outside of the convention center. It definitely helps with like crowd control and more things
mhm,
to do or like hang out. Because definitely like going to a convention, especially a big one like this, is overwhelming. Like the beer garden was such a great idea. I like where they moved it to, and
mhm,
I love that they have a band playing there. Like I love live
mhm.
music, so the band's got to
It
play.
was nice. Every I think that's the best thing about the beer garden is just the live music just constantly
Yeah.
going.
Hmm.
It was a very peaceful atmosphere. I would have liked more seats. I think they had a lot more room where they could have put more seats
Oh, for sure.
in
They
that whole
should.
area, or maybe more food vendors. It felt like there wasn't the
Yeah.
whole Ichiban market felt like there was maybe like half as many food vendors as last year, if that makes sense. And then the normal AX Crossing food vendors was probably about the same. It just felt like less food vendors. I don't know.
I didn't check out AX Crossing. I think that's where I saw you last year, with all
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. With all the
food
yeah.
market. Yeah. But yeah, I think where the beer garden is, having food vendor tents and stuff, market style there would be cute too. But I just don't know if like, oh, is it too many food markets spread out? But also like, you gotta feed the people. You can't just have one place. Like,
Hmm.
do you
Hmm.
remember when food trucks used to be just in that corner lot across
Yeah,
the street?
yeah.
That was horrible.
Now that I don't think that's a lot anymore. I think that's a like a residential building now.
Oh, they built something over it.
Yeah,
Yeah. They would have maybe like what, 8 food trucks there, and that was
yeah.
really the only place to go. So like it was a small lot and crowded, and then plus the lines to get your food.
Hmm.
It was just not ideal. So I really like that they're doing it night market style, like 626 night market.
Hmm.
But
I
also
like
the
that a
food
lot
is
too.
way more expensive than when you buy it outside. Like some of the restaurants that are there, I'm like, okay, I know this ramen is not like $20. Like I was at your restaurant a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I went to the bowling alley and I went to was it Lazy Dog, I think.
Yeah, I went to Lazy Dog too. Everyone went to Lazy Dog.
Lazy Dog was really nice. So I went in there and I just went with one friend. We were it was on Friday, the day I was like dying from heat, and that's where I went to go chill from the heat. And
Yeah.
I went in and I made a table reservation, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be like 40 minutes to an hour," and then
Oh,
literally
wow.
within like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, like 5 to 7 minutes, they call me and say, "Hey, your table's ready." And I
Yeah,
was like, "Wow,
same.
that's so nice." I think they were just saying 40 minutes to get people who were like
To leave.
undecidedly to like leave,
Yeah, that's fair.
which is pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I really liked the Lazy Dog. Just it was so efficient. I was like in and out. There was no wait. Yeah, and that was
Hmm.
a Saturday for me, so
Nice.
dinner time. Yeah, it
Yeah, the
worked
food there
out.
is pretty good. I
It's
think I
so
got like
good.
some teriyaki chicken rice thing. I don't remember. Uh,
I got some like super quesadilla thing. It was like cheese
uh,
fried on the outside.
oh, like the five. I think it was like five different cheese quesadilla.
Yeah, it
That
was
sounded
like
really good. I'm not
it
gonna
was so
lie.
good. Yeah, it was so
Oh,
good. Definitely not if you're lactose intolerant. But
yeah.
it
That's the
was
reason I didn't
great.
get it. I was like, I saw the
Oh no,
menu and I was like, I would have loved to eat that quesadilla, and I was just like, man, I just don't want to get a bunch of cheese in my system. I'm not lactose intolerant, but cheese will still hit me a
you
little
never know.
bit, and it's
Yeah,
just like I don't
yeah.
want to. I don't want to deal with that. Uh,
At a busy convention,
I
yeah.
will find every reason not to use the bathroom uh, at Anime Expo.
Honestly, same. But that has bit me in the ass before. I think 2 or 3 anime expos ago,
Oh,
as soon as I got to the convention, it was really hot that day. I got a UTI.
oh, at the
So
convention?
yeah, as soon as I got to the convention, I was like, I need to use the bathroom. And then I kept having to go like every 10 minutes. And I was just like,
Oh,
what is happening? And I think it's because I didn't drink enough water and I was holding it. So, anyways, TMI.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But luckily, I have a friend who usually works booths at Anime Expo, like industry booths, and she had UTI medication on her to hold me off.
Okay,
Anyways,
that's good. That's good. Yeah, I've never had like a medical emergency at a convention of any sort. Thankfully,
no, that's good.
I couldn't imagine like, man.
More comfortable, yeah.
Have you ever had like a cosplay break on you at a convention?
Break. Yeah. So last year, I that's another thing having to pee in cosplay, but which is another reason why I don't try to go as
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
often.
We don't need to talk about that.
But yeah, last year I actually have been pretty good about my props not breaking. So I prefer to like make my cosplay props, my prop weapons and like wings and stuff. I'm not very like the sewing my own cosplays type of cosplayer, so everyone has their own craft. Some of them do it all. But I had gotten into 3D printing in the last year or two, so I 3D printed my fern staff last Anime Expo. And if you're not familiar with 3D prints, they're not very strong. And especially if you're making a big prop, you have to print them in pieces
Hmm.
and you glue them. And so at the seam, they're even more fragile. And so I was walking at Anime Expo and I made a quick turn. And so Vern's staff is like really long. And I was holding it not not parallel to me. So I wham it into my husband's leg and
Oh,
it snaps. And it snaps in like 2 places, which were
oh,
luckily clean cuts because it was at the seam that you
yeah.
glue it at. And it's really cool that anime conventions have cosplay repair sections, like
Hmm.
booths. So I went there for the first time ever. I felt like shame. I was like, I thought I'd never be here.
Oh,
But I was able to hot glue it together, and it was fine. And then it actually snapped again recently, so I still need to fix it.
okay. I've seen that like so sometimes if like conventions don't have a cosplay repair station, I've seen people who like cosplay as like cosplay repair people, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that is so cool. Yeah, that's so nice of them.
Yeah, it's that's dedication to like
The
a
community.
convention, yeah, in a
Yeah.
community.
I know some
Um,
photons will carry some stuff like little band-aidy things for us
mhm.
too. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, AX this year was great. I didn't really have many complaints overall. I think this year was better than last year, and last year was really good.
I think it's getting better every year. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think the whole AX Crossing thing is such a great idea, and I can't
Mhm.
wait to see. Honestly, all of downtown Los Angeles should just be Anime Expo every day, all day.
That'd be so cool. It'd be like Disneyland. Like you just
Yeah,
have free reign, and then like the
Anime
convention.
Disneyland would be dope.
That'd be so cool.
Um, but yeah, let's jump into
Oh my goodness, yes, we have more
yeah,
things.
yeah. Let's we can go into this.
Yeah,
Anime Expo put out this statement. I talked about this in a video already, but Anime Expo's kind of like alluded to leaving Los Angeles. What do you think of that? That's kind of crazy.
I think that is definitely crazy, but I feel like downtown LA is a hard place to be.
I agree.
Um, the convention center, it's growing. I love that we're closing down streets, but it's just hard getting around. I feel like I wish what am I trying to say? I wish we had better public transportation.
Hmm.
Especially if you're local. If you're like just coming from out of town at a hotel, that's easy for you guys. But parking is shit. And traffic is just terrible. It's so congested in downtown LA, but it
Oh
makes
yeah.
sense because, that's where all the hotels, the restaurants are for visitors. But I don't know how to tell if we've outgrown our venue or not. I mean, we're definitely closing down streets, which
Hmm.
has been working well. I don't know where else to go though. I really hate for it to
Yeah,
leave
that's the
Los
thing. I
Angeles.
don't know where else it would go either. I just don't think it could. Well, I mean, they're kind of alluding that it's like the Olympics that they're kind of worried about,
That makes sense.
but I don't know where they would go. Like, I mean, I know they've done so Anime Expo before they like landed at the LA Convention Center. They bounced around for a long time. In fact, they were actually in the Long Beach Convention Center, and they were also in the Disney Hotel in Anaheim, and then they were at the Anaheim Convention Center. And honestly, I
Yeah.
think they started off at the Burbank Marriott.
Did they actually?
Yeah,
I didn't
I
know
think that was one
that.
of their first venues was the Burbank Marriott.
That is
I think
sad.
there was like a Hollywood hotel on Universal that they were. I think that might have been first, and then it was the Burbank Marriott. It bounced around a lot, which is kind of crazy to think about that. Like that they were able to bounce that anime convention around. Like nowadays, if you had like one of the small pop up events just bounce around all of LA, people would just not be able to find it.
Yeah, there's just so much going on nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is it's crazy. I don't know if they're gonna actually move. I think that they used to do this like pre 2020. They would like kind of allude that like oh we might be thinking of moving, and I think it's just they're trying to get more out of like a deal with the
Oh,
city of LA.
that's so funny. They're like doing the car dealer trick.
Yeah, they're exactly doing the car dealer thing. It's all a bunch of bravado where they're just kind of like who knows what they're trying to get behind the scenes. They probably wanted a lot more. I know in this they say they were actually this follows the uncertainty of the long anticipated expansion of the Los
Mhm,
Angeles Convention Center that was supposed to be planned for the 2028 Olympics. That is, and it's
mhm.
still happening. The expansion's still happening apparently, but it's not going to be done until 2029.
Oh,
Yeah, and I read that in another article, but I don't know. I don't know if that's fully true or not. It seems weird that they would still do that construction after the Olympics, but
yeah.
I think the LA Convention Center does need a lot of improvements.
Oh, for
Um,
sure, to house that event.
and I would just love to see like a hotel connected to the convention center as well, like straight
That'd
up,
be cool.
like
Yeah.
sort of like ALA. Like ALA like has a few hotels connected to it, and it's just nice to like see people able to walk from like the hotel to
Just down the street or like next
not
door.
even have to leave, like not even go next door, just like walk to the lobby and like enter the
Yeah.
hall. Like it's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
I have
Um,
yet to experience an anime convention like that. I hear they're super fun, like Dragon Con or something.
well, ALA is like that. ALA has like a bunch of hotels that are connected to.
Yeah, but I'm local, so I don't
Yeah, yeah.
I don't do the hotels. Actually, San Diego, 1010 Matsuri was a
Hmm.
hotel that you just go down the lobby. So that was
Hmm. I heard that hotel was that's the Handerly. Handerly?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Handlery. Yeah.
I stayed there. I went there for San Diego Anime. I might go this year to San Diego Anime Con.
Okay, isn't
Um,
that soon?
yeah, I think it's
Like next week?
no. I think it's still far away.
Oh, okay.
The one that's coming up. The next con that I know of here in California is uh Anime Impulse Bay Area. which
Yeah,
I'm thinking about, and that's on the 26th and 27th, I think.
like in 2 weekends, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try and make it up to that one, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's very high on my list of like I want to make it to that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, and then AX Chibi's coming up. You planning? What's you thinking AX Chibi? You're gonna go to that one, or are you gonna go to Anime Pasadena? What are you what your Anime Pasadena?
I am Team Anime Pasadena.
My
I was
gosh.
so underwhelmed with AXGV. I think I went once or twice, and I was just like, I don't know what they're trying to do with it, you know?
Yeah, I went twice. I went the first and second year, and then I skipped the third year, and this is the fourth year. Um,
Yeah, I skipped last year too.
so that whole con popped up because Anime Los Angeles used to be in Ontario.
That's right, yeah. So that's the venue ALA used to be
Hmm.
at, and now it's in Long Beach, which I love the Long Beach Convention
Hmm.
Center.
I heard
Um,
I heard when Anime Los Angeles first moved. So Anime Los Angeles is kind of a party con, but not really. It's more like a cosplayer con, in my
yeah,
opinion.
definitely.
But
They
when it
take
was
the
in the
lead.
Ontario Convention Center, it was really, really known as a party con.
Oh, really?
And that's part of the reason. So they wanted a bigger venue, but they also wanted to get away from the party con aspect, so that way they could be a little bit more like of a proper con.
I guess.
Um, but then like then there was like a as soon as they left and like conventions were happening again, Anime Manga came in. That was a huge flop.
Mm-hmm.
That Anime Manga convention in 2021, that convention was such a flop that it bankrupted that company. They were supposed to do three other anime mangas in other cities, like in Atlanta and like all over. And
Oh my God.
the guy who was doing it just completely just got canceled and was just like, I can't. It, it was over for him. And
Um,
then um,
oh my
and then
goodness.
AXGB popped up, I think, like the next year. So
Yeah, around then. Yeah,
uh,
2022, I think.
yeah, kind of crazy. I'm honestly surprised AXGB is even a thing. So Anime Expo tried doing some like shoot off conventions before. They tried doing a convention in Japan, and I actually
Oh,
went to.
really?
I think I went to one in 2020. No, 2014, maybe 2015. They had a convention. I think they called it Cosplay Expo or Cosplay Con,
Oh,
and
wow. So specific.
yeah, it was but it was run by the same company that does Anime Expo, and
Okay,
it
yeah, it's
was
a big company, yeah.
but it was a really small event, and it was
Hmm.
at the in Lake Balboa in Van Nuys. There is a Japanese garden, and they
Mm,
had it there, and it was a small cosplayer event. And I went to that with some friends because at the time I was like living down the street from that, so I could just walk there.
nice.
But it was like really empty, and I think it did so bad that like they
Oh,
just decided not to have it again.
yeah, I don't know. AX is doing so well. I don't know why they found the need to do any spin-offs.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the way they're doing it is like it just feels like another generic convention. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but I feel like if you're gonna start a new anime convention in LA, like we already have so many events, I feel like you need to stick to that theme, which is why I thought your friend bringing up a sports themed one is such a
Hmm.
great idea. And this is like my dream, but I've always wanted to go to like Holiday Matsuri, which is the Christmas themed
Mm.
anime convention in Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I was like, what if we had a West Coast version? I feel like AXGV could be that, but I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I went to a Christmas themed convention out here once, for what was it, Rose City Anifest or H Night. I don't.
I think I heard of that. Yeah,
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 I went to that and it was nice. It was it was fun. It was Christmas themed, but it was small.
yeah.
Uh, I think
No one knew about
I
it.
just think Christmas isn't as big out here in California.
Really?
Like some places really go all out for Christmas in like community areas, but as far as like I feel like a lot of people in California are transplants in California, so like they tend to fly out of the state to go back
Yeah,
home with their family. And so I think there's just not a lot of uh like the attendance rate for people around Christmas and honestly October as well for some reason is kind of
yeah.
low.
That makes sense. The holiday season is more people traveling in and out, so
Hmm.
I guess so. That's just my hopes and dreams for an LA Christmas convention.
I would love one. I would love a Christmas. I would love a like a yearly Christmas convention, or I think holiday theming is really fun, because
Yeah.
it's really easy to like. first of all, Christmas like Santa girls would be like super awesome to
Oh
see.
yeah.
I would love a bunny girl themed convention or bunny Easter type of theme. Like
Yeah.
there are some that sort of do that,
Funny.
but they're like
Mhm.
small and they're it's I don't know. It's
Yeah.
I wish so. There's a few events in Little Tokyo, and I really wish Little Tokyo would have more like anime events, if that makes sense. Like smaller conventions type things.
I don't
So I
know if
think
they
that
have
would
the
be a lot of fun.
space. It's only like 3 blocks.
Well, they have that park.
The park?
Yeah, you've not been to the park.
I
So
always just
you
go
know where
in
Anime Station
Expo.
is, right? Do you know Anime Station?
It's like on First Street.
I don't know the street
Okay.
names.
Is it the one like next to Pinkberry?
Is
Oh,
that
yo.
the ice cream place that's on like
Yeah.
across from the plaza?
Yeah.
So there's that alleyway that sort of just goes into a big open area. That's a park.
Oh, it's not huge though,
No, it's
right?
not big. It's pretty small. I've got they have so there is an anime convention there, and I forgot to put it on the list for what we're gonna do later.
Are
But
you thinking of Ronin Expo?
Ronin Expo is at the
Used to be
community
there.
center.
Yeah, like around.
But
Okay,
Ronin,
okay.
I don't know if Ronin Expo is coming back. I mean, they've been pretty like they went
I
to
haven't heard anything. Yeah.
yeah, they've been pretty. I've loved Ronin Expo. Ronin Expo is probably one of like the most positive like conventions around that I've heard of. That's like a small event, but it's also paid and cosplayers really
Yeah.
like it. But like, and they had like decent like industry panels as well and guests and for it to
Yeah.
just disappear and like it's so weird.
I know. I
Um,
don't know what happened. I actually really liked that one as like a small, very
yeah,
community
you've
feeling.
been?
Yeah, I think I went the first year it came out, which was 2017.
Okay. I
And I
think
didn't
my first year
cosplay
was a couple years
it
ago.
out. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I went like the first 2 years it was out. Because I was following this dance crew at the time. They're a cosplay dance crew. I think they still perform. They're called Core Dance Crew. And they dance and cosplay, and they have like 10 or 20 minute
Hmm.
performances, and they're like skits and stuff. And I really liked them at the time, so I was following like what event they were doing. So that's how I ended up there. But I didn't cosplay my first year. But the second year, I think I did like a gender bent killer T cell from Cell Network. It was easy. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that was
It's a great convention. I will say there's not much shade at that event, but
no.
and I also think they really outgrew that venue really fast.
That makes sense. The first 2 years I went, I really liked the size
Hmm.
because where it was is small, but I'm sure like a few years ago when you went, it must have gotten bigger. So,
Yeah. Uh, I also they do booths at other events, and I think I ran into
oh,
them at an
yeah.
event, and I think I got a pin from them, and they said that they wanted to change the event to be a 2 day event, and but they haven't had an event since, and
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great idea for it to be a 2 day event. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think they've outgrown. So 2 days would be solid.
But let's keep going on here. So this is one thing from Anime Expo. We didn't really talk about this, but there's this Suki Ban
Yeah, I saw the
championship.
ads for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this looked really cool. I saw part of it on the welcoming ceremony. They had them. They came up and did a short performance.
Oh, like the actual. That's so cool.
Yeah. This and these are their costumes.
That is so
This
cute.
person
How do
can
you even get into that?
yeah, it was fun. They came up on stage and they like this person they so they had I think there was maybe 4 or 5 of them, but this one was like kicking a dude. I think it kind of felt like she had like a I don't know. They all had like personas. I'm not
Yeah.
really remembering it so well, but like she was like they were like fighting and they were like she was like kicking a dude on the ground and he was like crawling off the stage. It was really funny.
Nice,
Uh,
nice.
but it was pretty insane. And I think there's this whole like anime beauty Japanese beauty wrestling community, and it's been getting bigger and bigger here in the states. And I'm excited to see what they like do with that because like this kind of stuff I guess is big in Japan. I mean they have like that
Yeah.
muscle bar, and I imagine this is
Yeah,
sort of like
I
an
went to
extension of
that.
that.
Yeah.
I stayed when I went to Japan. I stayed near a hotel that was near the Muscle Bar, and I wasn't sure if that was the Muscle Bar or not when I went. And I didn't want to go by myself either because I went to Japan by myself, and I didn't want to go to the bar by myself. I
Aw.
should have gone.
We
I
would have
really
been
regret not going.
friends. we met lots of people who were obviously like tourists and
Hmm.
foreigners, but a lot of people were from LA, so I'm sure you
Oh,
wouldn't be.
interesting.
Yeah.
I went to a few meetups in when I was in Japan. I went to I joined like a you can buy tickets for like an English speaker meetup thing, and
Um,
the tickets are for like free drinks. So you could spend a little bit more and get free alcoholic drinks, or you could just spend a little bit and get some free soda and tea or whatever. But it's like a karaoke meetup thing, and they do it like once every couple of months. I think it's called Animeers. Uh, but
is anime
it's
specific?
no, it's just called Animators. It's what it's called, and
Oh,
it's made for English speaker foreigners to come meet up and do karaoke. But I
nice.
assume they assume most people are who are coming are anime fans. Um,
Marketing, marketing.
but yeah, that's probably the last thing we'll talk about for AX. But that this was cool. I'd like to see
I
more
wish
of
I
this.
checked it out. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Is Sukiban the
Sukiban?
is that the name of the genre like
Oh, I
WWE
don't
or
know.
like is that their
I think it just might be their like
group name?
yeah, I think it's just like their WWE WWF organization.
Yeah, so I didn't know that was a thing until Kara Expo. Did you
Mm,
hear of Kara Expo like in
no.
2019? Kara Expo, it was right before the pandemic happened. It was like end of 2019, so I don't think I've seen it come back. And I wanted to check it out. And apparently it's everything pop culture in Japan related. So
Interesting.
other than, yeah, I think it would have been cool to come back now that like I don't know,
Yeah.
pop culture, Japanese pop culture is more mainstream. But other than anime and manga, they had they had a boxing ring in the convention
Oh.
in the hall, and I was like, "What is this? This is so cool!" And then I never saw it again until AX was promoting this. So I definitely want to look into that, like, like see it live or something.
I saw so I think like this whole like fighting and like anime like boxing or wrestling type stuff at conventions is getting bigger. I saw a funny TikTok maybe like a few weeks ago of like people doing like fake wrestling matches at an anime convention, and they
What?
got told that they were being too loud.
Oh,
Well, they had like a giant ring, so it was like a pre-planned show, but it was like out in the like lobby of, or,
oh,
or it was on the con floor. So like like all the
oh my
noise they
goodness.
made went to like the the booths, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were told they were too loud. So then they had to tell all the audience, now we're gonna be doing a silent match, and so they made everyone like they had to go shh, and they had to wrestle
That
in
is
silence, and it was really
so
kind of
funny.
funny.
That is so funny. Oh my goodness. I wish I saw that. Was that a different con?
Yeah, it was different. It was somewhere in like the Midwest, I think.
That makes sense. They can do.
I'll link it to you. I probably liked it. I'll send it to you. It was funny. But we're getting to the end here. So real quick, let's just go through some Ami Ami listings here.
Yeah, I love
In
stickers.
number one is the new Goddess of Victory Nike figure. Have you seen this? Do you know this character?
Don't know the character, but I've seen people memeing it. So
Yeah. So this is Doro, and she's got soda, but like these things here, these are oranges, and she's got a little
uh-huh.
bag, and
Oh my god.
there's a bunch of AI videos of her on the internet, where it's like, oh, you have to go work in the city away from your home, and you have to leave Doro all alone, and she's all alone. But oh no, here she is. She came all the way from the countryside and brought you oranges. Oh no, she tripped. The oranges are falling out. Oh, she's picking up the oranges, and it's just like a total like pity party of like you feel bad for Doro. They're so sad. It's
Oh,
but it's like so cute at the same time because it's like, and then she's like, because like the character that you're POVing is like another uh character like this. It's not from Nikke. It's like some skull character, but like
oh,
I think it's like another Pop Mart character or something. But they like make them go on little dates or and do meme things. It's so weird. But this is cool.
yeah.
This is and this being
I
number one. This is I could easily see this being really cool. I think this is I thought it was an Android. It looked like an Android for a second. But it's not.
it got all sorts of. It's on all fours. Is it a person?
Uh, it's kind of
It's
like a
like
dog. It's like a dog person.
in the game in Nikkei, it's a dog
No,
person.
in Nikke, it's a beautiful woman with boobs.
Oh,
Um,
so they just they actually are memeing her into a
Yeah.
figure.
Well, yeah, this is a meme. So this was a meme before before Nikkei, and then
Oh my
Nikkei kind of
god.
just put their character on it, and it just kind of blew up, and then this meme, it just became its own character, kind of.
Wow, the lore coming to life.
Yeah, look at her. She's
But
sad.
it's
She's crying.
really cute and sad. But it's also giving a
She's in a trash can.
trash can. It's giving a Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, look at her. She's like because I wonder if she comes with broken oranges. I don't think she comes with all that. I think, but that's sad. But that's the whole thing.
So,
She's like like with oranges. Yeah, so she's
oh,
got
the
the bags.
bag.
Yeah,
That's really cute.
it's super cute.
They
Let's
are
see
making their money.
what else we got here. Miss Kobayashi. I hope this one's safe for work.
Oh, Dragon Maid.
Yeah, we'll just look at the top five. I think.
Yeah, there's a
Uh,
lot of new characters. Like a lot of those I don't know or don't
yeah.
follow anymore. I'm mostly on nostalgia now.
Okay,
Oh my
that one
goodness.
is yeah, that one is wild. Okay, Ami Ami
What's
is
that
we don't need to look at that one too long. Okay, this one's up there as well too. This is Azur Lane though. This makes a lot of sense
That
for
looks
Azur Lane.
super cute. Azur Lane has a lot of pretty characters. I don't play mobile games.
Hmm.
They have so many pretty designs though.
Are you a Gyru fan? You into the Gyarus?
Gyaru? Yeah,
Gyarus?
I love like the style. I love seeing them like represented in like anime and stuff. I don't follow the trend that much, so I don't know much about it, but I definitely think it's super cute. Like the cheetah print and like the pink and fluffy things, like it's super
Hmm.
cute.
And then another one we have is
Oh, cool.
uh, Ellen Joe from Zenless Zone Zero. This looks nice.
Yeah, that looks so nice. The platform or base is super
Yeah,
cool, and I love
yeah,
her like tail and sword.
yeah.
Um, 20,000 yen?
140 bucks.
That's a lot. How big
Yeah,
is she? 1/7 scale.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kind of.
how big are these other figures? So the Doro is really tiny, probably
I
like
think
yay
it's a
big.
fair price. Yeah.
This one's 120. This is cheaper. Wow,
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair price for a
uh,
1/4 scale as
you're
well.
paying for the clothing apparently.
Yeah.
This one is
Oh my
two
goodness.
sixty, and
She's 1/4 scale, but yeah,
this is not including
shipping.
shipping either or taxes or all that jazz. I bet you so you'll probably end up paying closer to like 300, 350.
100 at least.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This looks nice. I like the pillow.
It's super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the outfit and her belly piercing. That's actually
Oh,
a
she
cute
does. Oh
touch.
yeah. I'm so scared to click on any of her images. I don't know if like
Yeah, I don't think Ami sells like
they do.
teenage. They do.
They
Okay.
do because that's where I got my Albedo and my Albedo's clothing comes off.
Oh yeah. Okay. Where did I pre-order mine?
You're
I
maybe thinking
forget.
of like Good Smile,
Maybe.
but I think Good Smile sells some stuff sometimes too. This one's nice, and then
Did
this
you
is the
see
fifth
those?
one. This is a
Oh,
near
that's
one.
cool. Yeah, I've only played near Automata, so I don't think I've seen this character,
I've
but
not
I've
played any
seen.
of the Nears, and I know Near comes from like another franchise as well.
Yeah, there's a whole series, and they kind of connect to each other, like in the world building. It's pretty cool,
Hmm.
and I kind of don't want to like get lost in it.
And this one's only 50 bucks though. This is a bargain.
That's pretty solid. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not scaled, but I'd say it's like 1/7, 1/8, and that's a solid price.
Hmm.
So
I mean, it could also end up as a prize figure eventually or something. I could see
yeah,
that.
price figures are getting really good nowadays.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Prize figures are getting crazy. Yeah, and that was the
oh,
top five.
uh-huh.
Anything else that calls out to me here? Nah, nothing. But yeah, let's wrap this up and do some ranking of conventions or
Yeah,
anime events.
yeah.
We can be silly with this. I know you did a ranking, and people should go check out that video because it's probably a lot more serious. We're gonna be just kind of funny with this one.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah, my takes are mostly like as a person who goes to conventions, I have cosplayer point of view and
Hmm.
also like artist alley shopping
Hmm.
point of view. Those are my main things when I go to
Yeah.
conventions. So.
My main thing with conventions is lines. I don't like lines. I never want to be in a line again. I have emotional trauma from being in lines. Uh,
Yeah.
but
I don't
yeah,
even anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, lines are rough. And I'm so glad there was barely any line. Okay, so the lines for the panels were Anime Expo were worse than the lines to get in because there was no lines to get in basically. Uh,
Yeah, it's better this year.
I mean, there was a crowd to get in, but it wasn't really a line. But like the lines for the panels were rough. But
Yeah, it's been like that for some time now.
let's do some voting here. Let's some rating. Anime Night Mart. Have you ever been to one?
I have actually. So I actually wanted to avoid going to that because it's at a mall,
Mm-hmm.
and I personally do not like mall events, and there's just a lot of normies, and they just stare at you. But I went to one last December, so it was Christmas themed. So that was I
Okay.
literally only went because I wanted my West Coast Christmas convention. And so the mall was obviously decorated Christmas themed. They had a Christmas tree. This mall also has a merry-go-round, which I loved.
Mm-hmm.
So I really liked that event. But if it wasn't Christmas, I probably wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, they do a second show in Vegas, so like every other month it's either in
No,
Vegas or in LA. But
yeah.
they're demolishing that mall, so I don't know where they're gonna be in like this time
What?
next year.
What are they gonna do with the merry-go-round?
Probably demolish it. But what are we thinking? We thinking this is a free event. It's
Mhm.
usually a 2 day event too, which is really different for a free event. Free events usually are
Oh,
not
that's
2 days.
nice.
I'm thinking at least like an A or a B.
I would
Let's give
say
it for A for
B.
anime.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah. If there's other ones here that we like that are more, we can one
Yeah.
two three them. But Anime Pasadena. What are your
I would
thoughts?
say A or S tier just because of the vibes.
Okay,
I
I
don't
could agree
even
with
go
that.
inside anymore because
I don't think there's much reason to go inside for Anime Pasadena, to be honest. Like,
yeah, you could go stay.
yeah,
I have so much fun. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people who go to Anime Pasadena and they go inside, but there's some stuff that you can do in there. So like if you're looking to get signings or see some voice actor panels, that's Anime Pasadena is a
Yeah,
great spot for that. But
exactly. Yeah.
honestly, like you could just go to the cosplay stuff outside and then maybe get the after party ticket, and that's all you really have
Yeah.
to do.
The after party is separate, which
Hmm.
I didn't know. I like how, and we can talk about it ALA, but they have free after parties. But I performed at the last Anime Pasadena after
Hmm.
party, so that was pretty fun. I've never gone to that one before, so it was.
You gonna go to the after party this year?
Yeah, I'll probably check it out this year. Maybe see if we can also perform again because it was just fun and like
Did they have you
it was
off in that side room?
there was a side room, so we performed at Snow Bunny Lounge. I
Hmm.
don't know if you've
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, they do some events, and it's a bunch of bunny girls, and you get to hang out with them like a lounge, like a host club. And so they invited us to set up the pole and perform. And I think that was the first event that we've done like at a anime convention together, like me and Sahara.
Oh,
And it was crazy because some of our friends were telling us like, oh, there are people here waiting to like see you. They're actually asking like, oh, when is Sahara and Kayuka like performing? And I was
ooh,
like, what? People know our names. So
that's
that was the
cool.
first time we experienced something like that.
Well,
So
so how do they? So for when you're performing, do they like give you like a free? Well, I mean, for the after party, you probably get a free ticket, but do they give you like a
yeah,
ticket to the con, or
no,
do they pay
so
you,
that's
or do you get tips, or like what like how does it go?
yeah. So we do get tips. And there's like seating close to the pole. So we weren't on a stage. We were down on the ground with them. So it's easier for them to like give us tips.
Okay,
Um, we got the free ticket into the after party, but we didn't get a badge. I was kind of like a
bummed
little
out.
upset about.
Yeah.
But we were asked to perform somewhat last minute, so maybe if we get it
Mm.
more organized ahead of time, we can get a free badge. Because other events that we do, we get a free badge for the whole event.
Oh,
So
really? Okay, that's
yeah.
cool.
But in terms of paid, and I probably try to do another updated cosplay video because I have an old one. But
Hmm.
this was one of our earlier events, so we did it unpaid because we were still trying to get our foot in the door and
Yeah, yeah, no,
get our
that's
new
that's a great
cosplayer.
way to start. I honestly, when I back when I started off doing like animation and freelance art type stuff and video editing, I would go on Craigslist and I would just try and do every project I could find. And I would
Yeah.
just be like, I don't care if it pays $50. I'm in college. I need money and I need experience. And that's like the best
Yeah.
way to get started is just to focus on that grind and get stuff out. And then once you have stuff out, you have that portfolio.
Yeah.
and you don't really need to do that anymore. And honestly, at this point, like, as someone who works in creative, if a company asks me to do like a creative test, I'll just say no, because
Oh wow.
unless
Yeah.
they pay unless they're paying for the creative test, which sometimes
Right.
they
Yeah.
will do.
Hmm.
I just don't think it's worth my time. If someone can't look at my portfolio of like work for like the last 10 years and say, okay, yeah, you know what you're doing, but if they can't do that,
Yeah.
then they're not worth my time, because they're just
Oh,
like I've like whenever I did do tests back when I started off, like no test ever led to an actual job for me, and I stand by that. Like
yeah.
it's just not worth it. But yeah, but it's great to like get out there and just do projects. And it's great for networking too.
Yeah, we were definitely networking and doing it for the love of the game because we
Hmm.
just do pole dancing and cosplaying as two separate hobbies, and we met each other and started doing it all together. But nowadays, it's like the creative side, like industry, is new to me. I've been very like corporate 9 to 5, so like knowing my worth and time in this
It's tough.
aspect,
It's tough.
yeah, and now I'm getting an idea of that, and it's pretty cool. And so now we say no to some gigs. I'm like,
Oh,
whoa. um,
how many gigs have you been doing?
um, with Sahara, we've done I think a handful, and some of them we kind of just set up. Um, so we did Anime Pasadena. We did Daisuki, which is an anime rave. I put quotation marks on anime because there was no anime music at all.
Okay.
Um, Daisuke was super cool though. They had a really nice stage. What did we do? ALA was just a setup at the con.
Hmm.
And
That was
then
a cool setup.
that was so fun. That was our first time just setting up out in the open, like just on con
Yeah.
grounds. Like not even in the evening. It was like during the day. And then our next gig was SumiCon. SumiCon
Mm.
was amazing because they reached out to us.
Oh.
Um, yeah, so if you guys don't know SumiCon, more like particular, Otaku Cabaret is a group that does pretty much anime burlesque, or video game burlesque, nerd burlesque, and they've been performing at SumiCon since their like first year in Vegas, and they invited us to perform with them as guests, and that was paid. We got hotel space, free badges for our partners because they're also helping us set up and load all our things. So I
Okay.
was like, wow, is this what it's like to be taken care of? It's amazing. My expectations are set. So like I feel like that's why nowadays we're like, okay, we can say no to some things because like you said, like they can't see what we already put out and
Yeah.
know our worth and our time. So
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, it sounds fun. That sounds like you're
you should
having a
check out
blast.
SumiCon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna go to the Anime Pasadena after. Oh, man, that's tough. So I I'm really on the fence with this Anime Pasadena AX Chibi thing. I don't know what I'm doing.
What?
Uh, it's tough. It's tough. Like at one hand, I'm like
Is
I
it
want to go
tough?
to both, and at the other
Really?
hand, I'm like I just want like it's such
What
a I
what
like
about AXTV? I'm curious, like what is drawing you to AXTV?
uh there's a so usually there's like this is gonna sound crazy, but like I feel like a lot of the cosplayers that I would see at AX Chibi are a little bit different than the ones you would see at Anime Pasadena.
That makes sense.
So
I can see that.
Anime Pasadena, I will say, like a lot of the cosplayers, I feel like they tend to scale younger,
That is also true.
like early 20s, and then at Anime at AX Chibi, because it is a higher price ticket, I feel like you're seeing people who are like maybe mid 20s to like 30s, so it's a little bit older.
Mm,
Uh, but also there's more food options at AX Chibi,
really?
because
Oh,
they bring out
okay.
the
Which
food trucks, like the whole. Honestly, if they pull out half of what they did for Anime Expo, I'd be down. Like, uh, I don't know. It's really tough. I really have to see what they're gonna do. Like they have to make more announcements. They haven't posted any schedules or anything like that yet. So we'll see what they do, and I'll decide. But it's a real tough one for me. I was really expecting AX Chibi to back down, but they've like tripled, quadrupled down on that date now, and I'm just like, this
oh my
is
god.
like a suicide mission for them, and I don't know what they're doing
I
because
wonder why they did that.
yeah, I don't know. I think personally, I think they're trying to get into this like pissing contest with Anime Pasadena, and then maybe try and weaken Anime Pasadena for like a year or two, and then that way when Anime Expo leaves for a summer, Anime Pasadena doesn't have the money to like take over as Anime Expo is like gone for a year.
Oh my
That's my
goodness. That's
conspiracy theory.
interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, I love that Anime Pasadena is in Old
Ghostable.
Town Pasadena. It's
Yeah.
ghostable and it's in Old Town Pasadena. So I would say like while there aren't designated food
Hmm.
trucks or food areas,
But you can
you
go
can
eat.
walk
Yeah.
across the street. Yeah. The venue is just also very pretty. So depending on the
Hmm.
vibe and cosplay you're wearing, they have like it's a rich old town pretty
Hmm.
much. So the buildings are nice, the stairs are nice, the
Hmm.
trees are nice, and also the city hall is just down the street,
Yeah.
which is also very beautiful and
So
free.
so poll routine outside of City Hall in Old
I
Town Pasadena.
was like, what if we just set up there? It'd be so
That'd
cute.
be so like honestly that would be really fitting. Like panty and stocking like poll video in front of the City Hall
It
would
looks
be
like a
pretty
church,
epic.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but uh
Honestly, it would be so
LA
fun.
Comic Con, have you been?
I have not gone to any Comic Cons. I am
You've
an
not gone to
anime.
LA Comic Con? Okay, you need to go to LA Comic Con.
I
I
need
think
to.
I think you should honestly look to like take your poll to LA Comic Con.
Really?
Um
Like
eh,
on the grounds? Like,
yeah. I think you should like try and maybe reach out to them and maybe get like so LA Comic Con what they the one thing that they do really different than like Anime Expo is in that lobby area where all the cosplayers gather, they do shows.
oh, the lobby.
Yeah.
Like, like what kind of shows? Like
Uh
planned shows or people just
like
show up?
planned shows. So like
Okay.
one year they had like a Marvel themed fashion uh uh runway, and so like they had like a bunch of people in like customized Marvel outfits, like just do like strutting their
Mm.
stuff. And then
Yeah, I love fashion shows.
at the end of that they had an art, you know, have you seen Despicable Me?
Like the first one, I think.
Yeah, you know there's that guy in the orange jumpsuit.
Yes, yes, I love him.
Like 40 people dressed up in orange jumpsuits, dressed up as that guy, came out and started dancing in the Marvel like runway thing.
Wait, that's so fun.
And
That's
then
my
and
vibe.
yeah, and then they chased him away. But they do a whole bunch of shows like that all day long in the lobby.
Oh, but they sound like planned by the event or planned by attendees?
Planned by the event. They're like listed as like an actual thing.
Okay, I don't know if I could just take my poll then unless they invite us.
Well, I think you should like reach out to them and like get into that because that would definitely be something. Because there's also a lot more room there.
Yeah,
So
less
Anime
crowded.
Expo is really like it's like sardines in there for LA Comic Con. It's still pretty packed, but it's nowhere near Anime Expo levels. Uh,
Uh, I
but
just
I'm gonna put this
I've
one
been
as A.
anime only. Yeah, you could choose where it goes. It
Well,
sounds fun.
so I don't know if you saw the video. They're actually doing a huge. So LA Comic Con takes over both halls, like Anime Expo, and in the South Hall, they're going full anime theme this year.
Oh no, I've been binging your videos, but I haven't seen that one because I
Yeah.
was like, Comic Con.
Yeah, they're bringing up like they're bringing up like Japanese arcades, Japanese photo set like
Wow.
things and photo booths, and apparently the image they had torii gates and like a giant green walkway, and
That's
they're gonna
cute.
deck out one whole building as just Japanese anime themed, and they're gonna be inviting Japanese voice actors apparently as well. That's big,
Wow.
but I'm gonna put this one in A, and I
Okay.
would put it higher, but last year was kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
And then we have San Diego Anime Con. Have you been to this one?
No, the only San Diego I've gone to is Hentai
Yeah,
Matsuri.
they're actually done by the same person.
Oh, the same group. I think I have heard like
Hmm.
the same group kind of does a lot of the events in San
I'm
Diego.
gonna put this one as B. Uh,
Yeah, tell me about it.
so
Is it right down there?
it's in the same. So I think they last year they moved to a different hotel, but it was well, the one I went to was in the same hotel as Hentai Matsuri, and they did have a Hentai Matsuri themed room, which was really weird because someone was like had like an electric griddle in there, and he was cooking like bulgogi on like the electric griddle while people like next to him were playing that bubble game. Suka, the one where you drop the fruit on it on and like they burst into like
oh,
other fruit.
Suika
So
or
Yeah, that one. They were playing that game, and then there was also like another person like playing like a hentai VR game, and it was just a weird
there's
room.
always one of those. Yeah.
And it was just like one small room, but they also had like a bunch of like decent industry panels. So they had like a bunch of Genshin Impact voice actors and anime voice actors, and they had like a good stage show, and a cosplay contest was actually pretty competitive. Um, Overall, it was a really good event, and the venue is actually kind of pretty. The only downside is when I went, they had some people up in like the second floor area. I don't know if they did that for Hentai Matsuri, but there's like a second floor area where there's a bunch of conference rooms, and
Yeah,
the
we had the
elevators were
same.
down for the con that I went
They
to.
were. Yeah.
I think they just turned the elevators off for the conventions because they don't
That's
want them to
sad.
get overused because it's an old hotel. But
Yeah.
basically, there was like some people who were like, uh, handicap and they couldn't take the stairs, and
Yeah.
so they were a little mad about that. And I would rate it higher if it was just, I think they just need a the vent like in a Handerly hotel. I had some personal beef with them when I was checking in, but other than that, like it's a beautiful hotel. I just
Yeah.
maybe next time, maybe they shouldn't put me next to a room that's gonna party all night.
Oh no, yeah. Did you
But
ask if did they at least have another room
no, I
you
didn't.
could
I was so late in the night that I was just like, I don't care at this point. Like, I'll
oh.
just turn on TV and put on some white noise and sleep through it. But
Yeah.
Anime Riverside.
Um, so they're the same group that does Anime Pasadena,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yep.
other cities too. I think I've gone to Riverside twice, and I do love it, but for the same thing, like I you don't really need to go inside. I do love Artist Alley at both. I think for some reason I like how it's set up in Riverside more. I don't remember
Okay.
why, but I did. In terms of like cosplayer point of view, I really like the grass area. I would
Mm-hmm.
say though, maybe a B because it's just so we're like both from LA, so like Riverside is actually quite the drive
I'm
out.
gonna put it in C. I
Oh
have beef
yeah,
with Riverside. So I
you
went.
have B.
Yeah, I have beef.
Tell me.
I've only went to Anime Riverside once, and it was the first year that they had
Mm,
it. And
first years are hard.
you should watch my video on it because it was pretty bad. Uh, the power went out like
Oh my god.
twice,
Oh
and
my god.
someone pulled the fire alarm, and then they evacuated everyone.
Oh
And they
no.
didn't tell anyone what they were getting evacuated for, and because the fire alarm that was like please evacuate, like, or they had like a loudspeaker and they were telling people, but
Uh-huh.
the building, the convention center is so old that you couldn't tell what they were saying, and
Oh
honestly, like it was just a weird. And it was also like really hot and sweaty in the artist alley, but it was a bad con for me. I think they've probably improved it since. I've heard they've improved it since, but the first year I went, it was so rough that I just couldn't imagine going uh, again. But I want to, but like this year ended up on my birthday, and I'm just like I'm not putting myself through that on my birthday.
yeah.
I don't I don't know about you, but if my convention is like on a holiday weekend, so it's just I got like I just will not go to anything. Like I'll just stay home for my birthday. I'm not going to a convention on my birthday. Let's not dealing with that nonsense.
Yeah, you don't want to stress yourself out,
Hmm.
especially because it's so far in the first place getting there.
But I do know cosplayers love it because it is pretty.
The outdoor area is pretty. Like I love the tall
Hmm.
grass and like the lawn and the little hillside area. But other than that, there's not much going on. I wouldn't say it's like completely worth it unless you know a bunch of your friends are there and you just want to
Yeah.
hang out. But there's just so many events nowadays you can hang out
It's
closer
also
to home.
younger as well. Like it's much
Yeah.
younger. Like it's like the same as Anime Pasadena. It's like a younger crowd. Lots of
Yeah.
yeah. But Anime Impulse Los Angeles. What are we thinking?
Oh wow, this is one of the first conventions I went to that
Really?
was not Anime Expo. Like
Wow.
I've been going to Anime Expo since I was like 11 years old because that was the only convention we had, and then I heard about Impulse, so I have some nostalgia and love for it, but I feel like it hasn't grown. Like
Hmm.
it had potential and it kind of just remained in some place. And I think the direction is going maybe just isn't for me. Um, but I didn't even go this year. One
Oh.
because I was in Japan, but even if I wasn't at the time, I probably wouldn't have gone.
Hmm.
They've become very VTuber heavy, which I think is cool because that's
Yeah.
becoming more popular and that's something in person fans can
I actually
do.
think this year they shifted a little bit away. So they're actually going.
Oh,
It's
really?
weird. So for Anime Impulse Los Angeles this year, they kind of shifted away a little bit away from VTubers. Because Niji Sanji is kind of fallen out of favor here in America. So they're kind
Yeah.
of they were like big at Anime Impulse, and now they're kind of not really big as anymore. But they went heavy handed with like Nikkei and like Zenless Zone Zero this year, so they're
Yeah,
big into the
I saw
gotcha
the
games
mobile
now.
games too. Yeah, so that's another thing. I also haven't gotten very into mobile games since like I might be
But you're
dating my
cosplaying Nikkei. I've seen you cosplay Nikkei.
getting called out. Okay, I have an excuse. I have an excuse. I usually don't cosplay characters I don't cosplay or I don't have an attachment to. But because my friend Sahara loves Nikkei and these are two bunny girls that
Yeah.
are sisters and the pole dancing is canon, and I was like, oh, that's simple. It's just a bunny suit and like a brown wig, and those are two very reusable things in cosplay. And the only thing I really had to make that was specific to that character were 3D printing the ears. So
hmm
I was like, I'll do it for her. And like, it was really popular, and I feel kind of bad
I'm gonna put
because
this one
people
up
wanted it.
into A tier, and I'm gonna in fact move LA Comic Con above Anime Hammer. So it's like that. I
Oh,
would say it's still an A tier convention just because there's so much food and like I will
the
say
venue is very nice. I
what?
the venue, I like the venue
Oh yeah,
because of the food, like you mentioned, and there's also like two or three other events going on at the same time.
yeah. Okay. Well, I have one beef with the venue with the Pomona Fairplex is
Mm,
that every so often during the day you just get a big whiff of horse manure.
that is fair. It is the county fair like grounds.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
but because of that, there's a lot of space. So
yeah,
it's pretty
yeah, and there's a lot more space. I would love to see like them to do a sports. Yeah, well, I don't know. They could do a sports festival there, and I think it would do great.
actually, yeah, you should tell your friend.
But Anime Los Angeles, this one I think is just an easy S tier for me.
Easy S tier. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think Anime Los Angeles just has a little bit of everything.
yeah.
Like if you're a cosplayer, it's probably better than Anime Expo. If you're into Artist Alley, probably comparable almost to Anime Expo. A lot of the
Mhm.
people I know who like, I think a lot of people do fly in for Anime Los Angeles. Not as many as Anime Expo, but still like a fairly like a decent amount. And they have some good panels. I will say they're not as like industry, but they are a lot more entertaining. Um,
Yeah, it's still. I think it's still pretty fan run.
mhm.
Unlike Anime Expo, which is very corporate now. So I still feel like while it's grown, you definitely feel that the people who are putting it together care about
Mhm.
the community, if that makes sense, and like
Oh
what
yeah.
you're seeing. Like it's not super industry, big names, but like they're still relevant and like things you want to like go to and listen to. Um, yeah, I feel like we talked about it before, like earlier in the video, but like it just has a lot of good things. I think the
Yeah.
timing of it is great too. It's in January, so like
It's nice and cold
before
out, so it's like it's not like a summer con. Like Anime Expo, you can get heat exhaustion just by staying
it's
outside all
hot.
day. Anime
Yeah,
Los Angeles, you could just be outside all day and it's not gonna like
yeah,
you'll
it's
be
Los
fine.
Angeles, so it's not like it's snowing or anything.
Yeah, but
Actually,
it's like you get a lot of like that like ocean breeze like the further out
yeah,
on that like
because
walkway
it's
you go.
in yeah, yeah.
But
It's
it's
just
nice.
unfortunate this year we had
Yeah,
fires. So that's
yeah.
just
Well, it
California.
still
We
grew. It still grew.
yeah,
So it was up by like 1,000 people from like last year as well, even though the fires
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Uh,
We were very far away, I think, from the
and
fire.
they let people who didn't come because of the fires, they let them roll their tickets over.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
they are a very well run
yeah.
company. I will say they've had a few issues. Like they had a ticketing issue this year,
Oh,
where
really?
their tickets went on sale for $0, and they had to refund all those people. Be
I
like, you're
remember
not getting
that.
in for that. Sorry, guys. But I think they are on the path to be the next Anime Expo because they're getting bigger and bigger every year, and
Yeah, I
they're
think
sort of
it's
following the same trajectory as Anime Expo as well. Like,
I
you know,
think so.
they're in the Lost Long Beach Convention Center where Anime Expo was at one point, and I think that's just
Mhm.
gonna they're gonna grow and be the next AX or whatever. But
Yeah.
Hentai Matsuri, what do you think on this one? Where would you put this one?
Yeah, I loved it my first year, which was also their first year last year. This year I only went one day and it was kind of tough driving from LA in one day, like and back.
Yeah, I can
Uh,
imagine.
so I don't know, but I have
How many people were there? How big is it? Like I've
it's
never
pretty
been, so
small. It's pretty small. I think there are a lot more people this year. I also went on Saturday, so when I went last year, Friday and Sunday were noticeably less people. So I don't think it needs to be a 3-day convention.
okay.
Um, but I mean, maybe it'll grow to that. There's
Yeah.
definitely space, especially as like I guess hentai is becoming more
Yeah.
mainstream. I remember like it would be like really sketchy to say that out loud, but I feel like people just say this like out in the open nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, people
um,
have no shame anymore.
yeah, bring back shame. yeah.
What are we thinking? We thinking like a B or an A?
It was an A. I love the vibes.
Okay.
Because it's a hotel, and especially if you stay, like just coming down is such a nice, like I don't know, feeling immediately showing up in the
Yeah,
con lobby.
I think that's really good for like a an adult convention as well. A lot of adult conventions I've noticed because there's a
Yeah,
lot in like Colorado and Texas that I haven't gone to, but I keep my eye on them. They usually do like resort hotels where there's like jacuzzis and pools and
yeah.
or they're like at or they're like water parks. I've seen like a lot of water park
Oh,
conventions in
I
the
want to
Midwest.
do the water park. Yeah, that'd be so fun.
I like this whole idea of like different like theme like I
Yeah,
haven't been to a resort hotel convention and I want to. I want to do that because that would be a whole lot of fun.
that
Uh,
does sound fun. There's also like the cruise one. I think you
mhm.
went on that one. That one
No,
sounds
no,
really
no, no. I was talking to you about it. I want to. But
yeah. Oh, you haven't gone to it.
I
Okay.
want to. There's three cruise ones. There's San Diego Comic Con or there's Comic Con the cruise. There's GakuCon, which I
Okay.
think both of those are sold out, and then there is Colossal Con the cruise. Uh, it's
The Carrier
interesting.
Con? Is that the one in NorCal too? Or Carrier Con?
No, Carrier Con is not a. It's not a cruise. Carrier Con is
Oh, I thought it was a cruise. Okay, never mind.
no. Carrier Con is I left Carrier Con. I left some of the NorCal conventions off this list just because I sort of wanted to do like ones that could be Anime Expo alternatives,
Yeah,
if
that
that
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah,
Because I feel like all of these are within like driving distance of Anime Expo for the most part. I mean, San Diego's
yeah,
kind of far, but uh,
it's doable.
I didn't want like for something that's in NorCal, like it's like 6 to 8 hours, and I don't even
Yeah,
know. Like it
no.
could be a long time. I mean, that's kind of as far as San Diego, but that's because there's traffic. Like getting to
Yeah,
NorCal, there's like you know it could go on for like I don't know. I've never driven to NorCal, so I don't know how long it could take, but I could imagine it would take a long time.
yeah, about 6 hours
Okay.
at least. So.
But yeah, Carrier Con's nice. I would recommend that one. I will say, if you're a bigger person, Carrier Con is not going to be for you.
What? Well,
Uh,
is
so
it the one?
it's an old military ship, and so the way you go up between the floors is you have to go up these ladders,
Oh,
and
okay, I
so
see.
like I could barely fit.
Oh, they're very like, narrow.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I think I've seen photos
it's
of like.
rough. It's rough, and it's like it's also weird because like a lot of like ship girls go to that event, and so like a lot of them are wearing like very flowy dress type things, and it's just like
Oh,
oh like please go up.
yeah,
And because it's like a straight it's like a staircase, but it's still like a straight shoot up
very
almost. It's
vertical. Yeah.
yeah. But Anime Expo Chibi, what do you think of that one? I'm gonna be honest.
Neat. Okay.
I think it's a C.
Okay, I'll take that.
So the only reason I was saying that between Anime Pasadena and Anime Expo Chibi is that technically Anime Expo Chibi is cheaper.
Is it?
Yeah, because for Anime
Mm,
Pasadena you have to pay for the ticket, and then you have to pay for the after party, and because of
that
the
is.
after party, that adds like an extra $10 over AX Chibi. Whereas at AX
Oh,
Chibi, all of the after parties inside the convention center are free, and there's more, and you also get to hang out inside the convention center and drink inside the convention center, which is kind of
oh.
cool. Cause it's like really cool to be in the convention center after hours. It's just fun to be in convention centers after hours when there's like just one security guard walking around, making sure you don't run into the exhibit hall and steal stuff.
Oh, I didn't know. I've never experienced like the con after hours,
Yeah.
other
Um,
than Hentai Matsuri. So I guess that does sound fun.
AX Chibi brings all the cosplay sets
The
from
same one?
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you missed them at Anime Expo, because there's this year there wasn't too bad of a line over there, but some years
No.
there's like a really big line for those sets,
Yeah.
and they bring them out to AX Chibi, so it's a good spot to use them. I will say it doesn't feel like they've updated them in a while, but at
Oh.
night one of the years I went, they had They opened up a karaoke in the cosplay sets, and they just darkened the
Oh,
room, and they had a giant spotlight on one of the cosplay sets, and it was just that was the cosplay setup. But they also opened a bar in there, so people were doing like drunk karaoke inside the cosplay set, like booth setup things. It was really cool. Um,
I guess that sounds fun, like how old conventions used to
mhm.
be. Yeah, I just haven't experienced that, so
Yeah,
maybe
it's
this
interesting.
will time
I
on.
think AX has a lot of like what made conventions fun, but it's also kind of corporate and I don't know.
Yeah,
It's basically mini AX at this point. That's I mean that's
yeah,
what it is. But that's
old AX. Yeah.
yeah. But Anime Days. Have you been to this one?
No, I don't think I've even heard of that one. So,
So I went
what
to
is
this
this
one
one?
once. They held the first one. No, I think maybe I went twice. They had it at Frankenson's maybe twice or three times,
Hmm.
and now they've since moved to be uh, at the what do they call that place? You know where the House of Blues is in Anaheim?
Garden Walk?
Yeah, the Garden Walk. It's at the Garden Walk.
I hate the Garden Walk.
I hate the Garden Walk too.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, it's terrible.
I took an
But a lot
Uber.
of events
I
are
took an
there
Uber
too.
to a Garden Walk event, and I'm going to tell you right now, all of the streets around the Garden Walk have like a divider in the middle, like with trees and plants and stuff. And so
Uh-huh.
none of the cars can make U-turns to be able to pull up to the Garden
Yeah.
Walk and do a U-turn. And it's the most. It took me like 30 minutes just to like get
Get to the
across the
other
street from because
side.
I was in
Oh
an
my
Uber. It
god.
was
Yeah,
horrible.
I had to park like a 30-minute walk away for like
Yeah, yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
I'm
Anaheim
not
just
doing
sucks.
that. Yeah.
This is my policy with Anaheim is that the reason Anaheim sucks is because Disneyland is there because
Exactly.
Disneyland probably paid all of like the city employees to redesign the roads and freeways and everything in Anaheim to redirect all the people to accidentally go to Disneyland so that way they end up in the road for Disneyland and then they just like, oh, we're at Disneyland, I guess we're just here now, and then
Oh,
they
we're
just
already here.
because every road leads to Disneyland in Anaheim and I hate it.
Oh my
um,
goodness. Yeah.
but definitely, I think it's a fun event. I just hate Anaheim so much.
I just
Uh,
probably wouldn't go if it's still at Garden Walk. I'm not going there anymore.
yeah. But Annie Fest. Have you been to Annie Fest?
I have. I love Annie Fest, but I haven't been going recently. I don't think I went last year either. Um,
I didn't go this year, but last year it was rained out. So,
I heard about that.
but I went the
Yeah.
2 years before that, and it was a pretty decent event. I'm gonna put it in a B tier.
I liked
Um,
it. I would say B or A.
mhm.
I think the venue is super cute
Yeah,
because
I'll
it's
put
in
it high B.
Torrance, which is
Torrance is a
it's like
nice
you can
spot.
walk.
Hmm.
Torrance is a nice city. One, it's a wealthier city, and two, there's also a large Japanese community here.
Hmm.
So the venue that it's at is a Japanese community center,
Yeah.
and they a garden. They have koi ponds. I took pictures. Like
Hmm.
I planned my cosplay one of the days to be like very kimono themed because it matched with like the koi pond and the garden. So I love it. I just think the venue is so small now for how big it's gotten. So I can't handle the crowds.
I think what they could do is they could take a a note out of Anime Expo's book and take over the street outside because they have all that beautiful grass area,
Yeah.
and there's like a theater across the street that they use for some special events for when they have other events there. And I think it would be so cool to have like a main events hall and then like just like an outdoor grassy area, and maybe have like a street mart and type thing. Lots of room to grow in Torrance, I think.
Actually, you are onto something. You should definitely pitch that to them because I think that would help out a lot. Because the entrances to the venue, there aren't many,
Hmm.
and then the lines just keep getting
I
longer.
will say there used to be a lot more events down there. One of my I went to there used to be a Super Dimension convention, but they kind of died as a convention. And then there's also an Idol Matsuri that happens there,
I've heard of
and
that one.
that one's like it's just mainly stage shows. I think you'd probably like that one a lot because it's like all dancing shows all day long, just
Mm,
dancing on that stage or
yeah.
singing. And it's all different types of routines. Like there was people doing like weapon dances, staff dances, like flag
Ooh, that's so
dances,
cool.
idol
Ooh, fun.
dances, like K-pop, bebop boy type stuff, and all
Ooh.
sorts of things.
I thought it was only idol stuff
No,
like.
no, it's not. It's all types of dancing.
Oh, maybe they'll take us.
It's mostly idols, though. I will be honest. It is mostly idols, but it is all types of dancing.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's main and honestly, that event is mainly like a girls' girl event as well.
I
Uh,
love. We need to bring back shoujo.
it's definitely like I felt out of place there because it was mainly it was so many women.
That's nice.
uh,
I'm so used to the opposite.
but I will say the last year I went to AnyFest last year, when it rained, the koi pond was overflowing, and so that whole area was shut down, and you couldn't
Oh
even
my
get in there.
gosh,
It was like
that's so
flooded.
scary. Oh
But
no.
moving on, Anime Impulse, Orange County.
I have only gone to the LA one, and I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm not missing out much by it being
No,
in
you're not missing out
Orange
much.
County, which is also Disneyland land. So I've been avoiding it, to be honest.
I'm gonna, even though I hate Anaheim, I'm gonna put this one at B tier just because the Anaheim Convention Center is really big. It's
Oh,
just every time I've gone to Anime Impulse, I've gone once. I was supposed to go last year, but I was sick, so I didn't go. But the year I went, they don't during the convention they don't take care of their bathrooms.
oh no.
Yeah, so there was like no toilet paper. I went to like three different bathrooms and there was no toilet paper. And then the line to get in was really long and it was slow to get in. It was just
Oh,
rough.
man.
Yeah, but it's a great convention. I think there's room for improvement. Uh,
What do you think of? Because I haven't been to the Anaheim Convention Center in a while. Like, is it bigger or just as big as LA?
it's bigger. It's
LA?
bigger than the LA Convention
Oh.
Center.
So how would you say does Anime Impulse, because it's a relatively, I would say, still a smaller con? Do you think it makes good use of the space?
No,
Oh, well,
no.
do they only use part of it? Because
Yeah,
sometimes
they only use part of it.
that makes sense.
So when the Anime Impulse I went to, uh, I would say Anaheim Convention Center is broken up into like maybe two or three giant rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And for Anime Impulse, the one I went to, the line to get in was just one room, one of the giant rooms.
Oh,
So they make you go into the convention center, and then you have to line up to get inside of Anime Impulse inside the convention center.
that sounds terrible. They should
Yeah.
open up more
And
entrances.
so it was kind of humid, and it was just kind of like a giant line, and it was just zigzagging and a giant empty line, and it's
That's
just
true.
like not I shouldn't say empty line, but just empty room. It was a giant empty room, as big as the main room, and it was just filled with a line to get in. And then like the way to rescan the way to get back in would take so long as well. Like you'd have to go get back in line. It was just a pain. In fact,
No,
because of that, I'm gonna move it down to C because that
bring it back down.
yeah.
Okay.
But Anime Expo, I'm gonna put this one at S tier.
I think it's an S tier. Nothing can beat what it does,
Yeah,
to be honest.
I will say Anime Los Angeles is still my favorite,
I would say so too.
but I love AX just because of how much it offers. So these two are
Yeah.
like they're very close. I think Anime Los Angeles could easily like if they started getting industry people, they could easily just overpower AX.
I kind of don't want it to go industry though. I'm kind of scared. It's gonna lose
Yeah,
its charm.
well, I don't think they would. I think the people who've been running ALA have been running it for the last 20 some years. Like it's still the
Yeah.
original people, so I'm not too worried about
Wow.
that.
Okay. Okay. Maybe
Uh,
they can dabble and test it out.
but the last event is Smile Fest. I don't think you've ever been to Smile Fest.
No, is
Um,
this the Good Smile event?
yeah, this is the good Smile event, and that's why I put this on this list because you're such a big figure person. I
I
think you
know.
would like this one.
How was it? I heard there was a long line and it was really hard to
There
get.
was there was a line to get in, but that wasn't that it wasn't that bad this year. Was it this year or it was last year? I think it was last year. I think this was in December. Yeah, it was in
Okay.
December. So there's
Okay.
probably gonna be another one this year and later in the year, and so it's usually like last. So this was volume 4, I think, and then I went to volume 3. Volume 1 and 2, which was their first two events, I believe were in Anaheim, and that one was mainly just like a shopping experience. Volume
Okay.
3 was the first one I went to. It was like a summer themed one, and it was in summer, and it's in that little Tokyo near the little Tokyo Plaza, so it was really nice. They had a stage, they had like a DJ. I
Oh,
don't like DJs at events.
okay.
It ruins my vlogs.
That's
Uh,
true.
uh,
Yeah.
and then but like the line for the shopping was really long that year, and then last year the line for the shopping was really non-existent. It was just the line to get in the morning was kind of long, but it was a great event. They have such great deals. So they have like a bunch of like arcade game, like not arcade game, like carnival games, where it's like you have to
Oh,
like play golf or throw some sticky darts,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like $5 or $10 a play session, but the rewards for it are so good. You can get like really amazing like $200 $300 figures from just playing some
Wow.
mini games for super cheap.
Okay, I need to check it out next
Yeah,
time
it's really
then.
good. It's like a figure collector's like they offload so much good stuff there. And also I got some free stuff there. They give out do you collect Nendroids at all?
I do not. I'm trying not to because I feel like it's just another rabbit hole for
They're an
me.
addiction. They give out free stuff for like they have like a little photo thing last year and they had like a little photo booth for
The
Nendroids. If you
back.
brought your Nendroid and took a picture at the convention, at their
I
little
see.
photo set booth area, you could get free Nendroid parts.
Oh my gosh. That is
Um,
such a well run and well thought out type
Yeah,
of event.
it's
I
great.
love
It's a
that
great
kind
event.
of.
I like it. I like it. And it got better. Like last year's was better than the year before it, and I think I'm gonna put this one as a high A. My only I
Okay.
would put it up higher. I think they could use. I don't know. They could just speed up their shopping line maybe a little bit. That's the only
Hmm.
thing I think is like the main thing. And just more entertainment, more reason
Yeah,
for other people to go. But I also think they kind of don't want that kind of stuff because they just want people who are like super diehard into a good Smile company,
that makes
which
sense.
is a good thing. But
What?
this is the list. This is everything. Do you disagree with anything on this list?
Um, I I would probably put Anime Nightmare lower just because I haven't
Okay, we
seen.
can do that. We can do
Oh
that.
no,
We can
it's okay.
no, we
Okay.
can. I don't think it's better than Anifest. I think we're right on that.
Okay, okay.
And
I
I
think
think San Diego Anime Con is a 3 day con, so I think it's that is a little bit better than that too. This is a free
yeah.
day event, so
I'm sorry. I really hate mall events.
why do you hate them? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I went to Anime Night Mart once, and the downside of it being like a mall event is that there's just like a bunch of like teenagers.
Yeah, I also heard that is an issue with like vending there. It's like there's a lot of teenagers, so there's a lot of foot traffic because the event's free as well.
Mm,
But they're teenagers, so they're not really buying things. So I hear it's also hard to make money from the vending side. But I
okay.
think mall events tend to be disorganized, like especially if they're trying to do like cosplay contests, which we also did at Anime Night Mart. It was like, oh, we'll just try it for fun, and it was just more hassle than I thought. Like I was like, why did I even bother like signing up because my friend wanted to?
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know if you've heard of Anime Culture Expo or it's ACE.
No,
I
I've not heard of it.
forget. It used to be at the Del Amo Mall, and it like started at like maybe 2021.
Okay.
And that mall is much bigger, has a lot more going on, and
I've been to the
oh,
Del Amo Mall before, so the Animate store is in the Del Amo Mall,
yes, yes. There's
and
actually a lot of anime stores now. But yes,
they
anime.
they did some events with Nikkei earlier
Oh,
this
I
year.
saw that video. Yeah.
And that event, the mall got mad at the store and made them cap the line because the line was taking up so much of the hallway space.
Yeah. So
So the mall doesn't really like events like that, I guess.
no, I don't think malls are great for like those types of events because like hallways can be narrow and then there's just a bunch of normies and it just
Hmm.
feels weird.
I think the Del Amo Mall is also the mall that banned children.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they banned children for like a summer. Like if you were under 18, you couldn't go in without a parent.
I've never heard of that. Is that
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
like
I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Yeah. Well, yeah. You can. Yeah, there was a McDonald's that did it somewhere in the country.
I've
They
never heard of that.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
really
teenagers have been
funny.
getting unruly. Did you? There was a video that someone sent me the other day of a bunch of teenagers, like like young, like 15, 14 year olds, riding their bicycles through the Glendale Galleria.
Inside?
Yeah, and it wasn't just like I'm not talking like 5 or 10. I'm talking like 50 to like 100.
Like a little marathon?
Yeah, like they were riding their bikes through the food court.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And
just
that's like a busy mall too.
yeah,
So
just kind of weird. Weird behavior.
kids nowadays,
Um,
nobody gets their ass whooped anymore.
but that's it for the video.
Thank you
People,
for having
yeah.
me.
Thanks for coming on and talking. I know we this went on for quite a while. If
I
people are
love
still
yapping
watching,
with you.
thanks for watching. Be sure to check Kai out. I'll make sure to link her down below. She's also gonna have. I don't know where I am. I'm probably on one side, so it might be above me. In fact, it might be over my face. I'll link your channel, so people
Thank
could just like
you.
click go straight to it.
Yeah, I'm more active on Instagram, so if you get bored of my channel,
I can link your
maybe that's
Instagram down below. We'll link your Instagram down below as well.
so exciting there.
But watch. Make sure you subscribe to her on YouTube.
There you go.
YouTube's more profitable than Instagram.
For sure. Yeah, I just be shit posting on Instagram, so.
Yeah, honestly all I use is I've been figuring this out for Instagram. All I do is the polls. The polls are like what people engage with me most, and
Yeah.
the cosplayer montage, the cosplayer montages and polls.
Yeah, it's because it's the cosplayers all on Instagram and they
Mm-hmm.
see them featured in your videos.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets them, because I'm one of those.
But that's it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.